Yo, what's good, guys? Welcome to Red Corner Boxing. You with Jam and Mr. Neutral as always, and we're here for a special event. We're going to be going all the way through. It's BKFC 75 from Albuquerque, New Mexico. We are here for David Mundell versus Donald Sanchez, which is a middleweight title fight in the Bare Knuckle Fighting Championships. But we're going to run you through the whole card, and we are starting with Bobby Henry versus Casey Yates, which is about to get underway. Before we get into it, we are proudly sponsored by Easy Storage, your place to go for all your storage needs across the United Kingdom. Check them out, they handle your goods with care. Right, Mr. Neutral, what an exciting night we've got here, mate, of BKFC. Just quick, short
Yeah,
firefights.
once again, combat sport jams is what we love to do, isn't it, mate?
That's
And
why we're Red Corner.
boxing or bare knuckle boxing or even MMA, if we can do it, we will give it and deliver it to the fans. Yeah.
Angel, could
Well,
you turn your mic up just a smidge, mate? I'm struggling to hear you properly. Can you just turn it up a tiny bit?
yeah. Maybe I'm not speaking loud enough. Is that any better?
Yeah, that's better, mate. Yeah, that's better.
Yeah. Okay then. Well, we're about to get started. Bobby Henry versus who?
Casey Yates is the first fight, mate, and we're not going to score them because they're only 5 2-minute rounds. We're
I
not going to
know.
bother scoring until the main event. We're just going to walk you through, have a bit of fun, and just enjoy the fights with you guys.
Absolutely, it's quick fire action. Big up to
It
any
is.
in the chat and Mr. Antonio and Andrea Rodriguez. The full event live here. Yes, we will convey the fight to you. We cannot show you. We cannot give you any sound. Otherwise, we'll be shut down. So we give you live commentary as we see it, and they're off now.
Yeah, thank you.
Now we do not know nothing about these guys until we watch enough bare knuckle boxing. And I haven't watched enough to know who is who right now, so I'm just gonna wing
Right,
it.
Yates is in the red gloves, Henry's in the blue.
Right, red gloves is
Like red
Yates.
straps, red wraps. You know what
I've
I
got
mean? Red
black
wraps, brother.
shorts. Black shorts, right? That's
Yeah.
Yates. Well, he's rushing Henry at the minute. Henry just ties him up nice and easy. Taller of the two guys, looks rangier, using that orthodox, just fainting into Yates. He's a bit untidy as a fighter for me, Jams.
Yeah. When you watch the purest sport of boxing, though, and then you see the bare knuckle and stuff, they've not got the same technique, but they've got the brutal power. They've got that
Oh,
that KO starch ability.
absolutely. They load up on them punches, they're throwing the full
Oh,
weight.
he's down. Henry's down. Henry's
Oh,
down. Oh, they've called it a slip. It's a slip. It's no
right.
knockdown. But Yates did seem to catch him there, come off the ropes, caught him with a nice stiff right hand. It seemed to do a little bit of damage there, just as you were
Yeah,
speaking, Mr. Neutral.
yeah, he did. I must be a few seconds behind you, son, but it doesn't matter.
Oh, shit, I didn't even check that, mate. I'll tell you what, we'll wrap it up at the end of the round, and we'll try and correct ourselves.
Yeah. It's only about 8 seconds, 9 seconds. It doesn't matter. Right.
Joshua Heath said the Keyshawn De Los Santos fight
Yes,
is off.
it's off.
Yeah. Basically, what happened was, Neutral, Edwin De Los Santos' team wanted the full purse of Keyshawn and a 10 a.m. rehydration of £10 and all sorts, mate. They wanted the full bag. They said, look, if we're going to fight, we want all your money because you're the one who's coming £4.3 over. So it's a fair point. Thank you, Josh, for letting me know. I already posted about it happening. I knew it was going to happen. Fight is off.
20, the fights are on DAZN, mate, as we're watching it now.
Yeah, 20, if you're watching, mate, and you want to come join us, man, I'm sure Neutral could send you a link. Can you, Neutral, or can't you do that while you're
Oh,
on?
I can't, mate. I'm sorry. I can't
Oh,
do that.
no worries, mate. I can't either.
Put it in the chat.
I can't, mate. I can't even get it up. I can't. Once I'm in here, I'd have to go out, and
No,
once I go out, it
I'm the
cancels
same,
the show.
mate.
No worries.
Right.
Josh has said, Keyshawn is worried, let's be honest. De Los Santos would have badly exposed him. It's definitely
That's a
a
good point.
possibility, mate, although I fancied Keyshawn for the win.
I don't know. The more I was thinking about it, the more De Los Santos was growing on me for this fight. Mentally, I felt Keyshawn was off in the way he had to abuse not only De Los Santos, but also Abdullah Mason. and fancy abusing Abdullah Mason
That's
when you know you're sitting there £4 overweight saying, I'll fight you next. And then a day later he says, oh, I can't do 135
That was going to be
anymore.
my point, bro. How can he sit there trying to clown Abdullah Mason, saying, "Oh, you want it, you got it next," trying to intimidate him on
I've
stage when
got,
he knew full well
I've
he
got,
weren't even going to make the limit for the fight? It's an
mate,
embarrassment from the businessman. He needs to be taught better business.
I've
Anyway,
got
let's
10.
get back to what we're watching, mate. The
Yeah,
BKFC, because that's what we're here for. Twinny said he's in bed anyhow, so he wouldn't have been able to join. So big up, Twinny, and thank you for coming through, bro.
he got
By the
the,
way, after Bam unifies against Cafu, do you think we should see the Puma fight next? Well, yeah, I'd like that, Josh. I would definitely like that, mate. I like Puma, man. Daniel Martinez is a very dangerous fighter. So, yeah, I definitely F with that, mate. Right, there's a bit of a problem at the minute with Henry. I don't know if he's just been punched low or what, but he was down and he was looking a
uh,
little hurt.
this Yates is, I think he thinks this is a UFC fight. There's two occasions he's taken down this lad now. And referees just had to have a word with him. I don't know how many of the fights this Yates had at bare knuckle boxing, but he looks brand new at it.
Yeah, to be honest, mate, I haven't got any records of anyone apart from the main event. I've just stuck to the main event that we're going to score. The rest of them, I just thought we'd have a little bit of fun, just watch them and just see the excitement of
Well,
the
mate,
BKFC in its pure glory.
if he did that shit to me, I'd slap the shit out of him.
We're going to see some
Uh,
stoppages, I'm pretty sure, at some point coming the night.
it's just a lot of fading between each other. I've got 10 seconds to go now.
Yeah, mine's just ended, so I need to probably jolt mine for 10 seconds, you reckon?
Yeah.
The thing is, though, it always seems to go back bloody live afterwards. That's the only problem with the zone.
Right, Henry, right, at the end of the round. Henry, by far the bigger, taller man here. He should be jabbing away at this Yates rushing in. And then just back, step off, uppercut, good night, mate, sweetheart, on you go.
There you go. We
He
should
leaves.
be level now, bro. We should be level.
Aye. They're just putting a bag of ice on Yates's face and the
Yeah, he took
iron.
some slaps, didn't he? He looks very
He,
brand new. I thought the first fight was going to be Zay
he get
Garcia against Dominic Carey. I don't know if that fight's still going to come after or whether we missed
I
it and they put
don't
it
know
on the
if that,
prelims. But
I don't know if that's next. I did see the Ian Carey on the thing.
yeah, it was supposed to be the first fight. That's what I was led to believe. But for some reason, this one came first. So maybe they've just got it mixed up. Or maybe it happened a little bit earlier before the televised. Because this is the prelims now, isn't it? And the main thing starts
Yeah.
at 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock.
Here they
But either
go.
way, we'll be here all night. It's all good. It's all fun.
Round three.
BKFC always entertains.
There's the jab now. He's flicking out. Just fading away. Again, he's rushed in that Yates. Gets covered up by Henry. He works the back of Henry. No, don't
He was
forget.
really whacking them in, weren't he?
Don't forget these are allowed. These punches in BKFC. The referee doesn't have to necessarily stop the clinch, only as he sees fit, and he can punch off the clinch, obviously. And yeah, the rules are a lot more relaxed than this. It's why I like it's a lot more fluid than boxing, especially these days. It's so explosive boxing. It's in out the clinch, but for these guys, it's all bang bang. Oh, and
Yeah, I
he's
agree
got
with what Josh is saying there.
Henry on his ass again. Now the referee is. No, he's not giving them a count. So that's 3 times he's had him down on his bum.
It is. Don't seem to want to be in there, does he, bro? Let's be
There he
honest. He
goes
don't seem to
again with
want to
that.
be in there.
This is what I mean. He just rushes him doing that. I mean, step back, have that, son. But obviously, Henry, he hasn't got that skill set or that sharpness of mind to read this boxer. Now, Ace is having a bit of fun, getting a
He
bit of
seems to be.
success.
And he's down again at the end of the round. He's just put him on his bum again.
See, I think Henry, he's starting to get weary now. Called a timeout.
I think the ref's having a word with Yates.
Don't know what Henry has snitched on in there. Yates gets a warning for some reason.
I think he's saying he threw him to the ground a wee bit. I think he's saying he just like manhandled him a bit too much.
There we go. And coming up to the end of
But
the
10
round.
seconds left.
Yeah, exactly.
Perfect. I think he's done him here. Again, Yates is over the ropes.
Yeah,
Sorry, Henry's over the ropes.
yeah,
Has he stopped it? I think he stopped it. Has he stopped it?
yeah, I think he has.
I think he's quit, mate. I think he's put his head through the ropes and said, I don't want no more. No mass. No mass.
He's sitting on the wrong. He's sitting facing the ring, the
Oh, no,
crowd.
because
Rather.
the ring girl's holding round 4 up, so maybe it's not finished. All
He
kinds of
doesn't look.
confusion here.
He doesn't look happy, whatever. He's sitting facing out towards the crowd instead of in the ring.
Seems to be falling to the ground at every opportunity.
I
Very
don't know whether
strange.
I don't know whether Yates got off a slight punch on it. He didn't.
Oh, yeah. There was a nice left as he was backing up. I
There
seen
it
it
is.
on the
There it
replay.
is. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, he didn't like that. He didn't
He
like
did
that. Right.
not.
Mate, if you don't like the heat, get out of that kitchen because that kitchen's hot. If you go in
Mate,
that bare
yeah.
knuckle kitchen, you're going to get me to the, oh, the ring number's looking good there, son.
This ain't the place for Bobby Henry, is it? This is not the place for Bobby Henry. This bare knuckle fighting ring, I tell you now.
yeah,
He does
yeah.
not seem to want to know the crack at all.
Man, if you take a punch and then you're running around the ring like that, oof, you're in the
It's
wrong
the
game.
wrong game to be in, man.
Here we go, round 4.
I can't believe it's gone this long. Look, he's falling over again, is Henry.
He's
He's
on. He's
staggering
on
around
the
like
ring.
Bambi on ice.
He looks as though he's never been in the ring in his life.
He really does. Like, it's just shock and awe. He's just been
I
caught
mean,
and he's realised it's a tough game.
Yates is terrible, but this guy, my God. 20 says, Willen versus Arcee. What did you think of the shots after the bell? I didn't actually see that fight, 20. Did
I
you?
did. Yeah, I did, mate. It was ridiculous. But I genuinely think, Twinny, that he didn't hear the bell. Because his face, he looked horrified, Arce did. Facundo ain't a dirty guy. I've watched loads of his fights. He's been over to the UK many times. I've never seen him do out like that. And he looked genuinely heartbroken that he'd done it. Like, basically, the 10-second klaxon didn't go. So then, when the bell went, he fought it with a 10-second klaxon. And he seen Wellen pull back and he went bang, bang, bang. And just let a little rip off. And the ref jumped on him and all the corner got in and started getting involved. But Arce ain't that guy. Trust me, it was an accident, in
Yeah.
my opinion.
Meanwhile, Henry's done it again. Now he's
What's that,
getting a
6
count.
times now?
Now he's getting a count from the ref at last.
Is that the first count out of the 5 or 6 knockdowns? Well, 5 or 6 going down, should I say.
No idea. No idea. But he's on the run again.
Yeah, the stoppage is nigh.
He's bending down on the ropes. He's bound to get it.
Yates is piecing him up.
Yeah, 20 agrees you, mate. You don't think he hugged it?
Yeah, I think so, mate. Because the klaxon never went off all night. I don't know if you noticed. The klaxon did not go off. The 10-second clapper did not go off all night.
Yeah.
I watched every fight from the prelims all the way through, and not once did that klaxon go off.
Oh
So
my
even I was
goodness.
confused whether it was the end of the round. You know what I mean?
This guy Henry, he shouldn't be in this ring.
No, mate. He's picked the wrong sport to get involved in. Most definitely. Cost a man his teeth, this game. Really can.
Aye. He just doesn't want to be in there, you can tell. He's running, he's ducking, he's covering up.
He's cowering. He's almost cowering, isn't he? He's
Yeah.
cowering.
He's got his hands over his face whilst he's on his knees. He
I
can't punch
assume he's got
him.
no fighting background whatsoever, the way he's acted in there. He's never
Yeah,
fought in a professional ring before, surely.
he can't have, because when you're on your knees, you don't have to cover your head because you're not going to get punched. You know, it's
That's
illegal.
it. And if he does, you can then get him disqualified and win by that method. So
Happy
let him hit
days.
you while you're down, mate. He'll get disqualified.
Yeah, exactly. But it's that
It's
sheer
almost cowardice.
it's that sheer inexperience and that that basic human need to cover yourself up when you're down on your knees. But in the professional ring, You may see a Floyd Mayweather or somebody on their knees, and they'll do that at the back of the head, but not to their face. When they're down on their knee.
Definitely.
I think
He's
Henry's
still
been
running.
told to use the jab a bit more in this round, because that's the first couple of punches that he's actually thrown. And if I was his trainer, I'd have been telling him that from round one. You're the bigger guy, you're taller, you've got the longer reach. Jab,
Leave him
jab,
on the
jab.
jab.
All right. Let this guy come in, back off, uppercut him. Oh, it's easy. It's easy work, but he's making it hard for himself. There's a nice couple of jabs for Henry. That was better. Yes,
Oh, yeah, he's landed a good couple of shots there. Don't tell me he's going to pull this off now. A couple of seconds to go. Surely not. This would be the upturn of the century, mate, if he pulls this win off now.
Well, he shouldn't have been hard for himself, Jams.
No.
He's got the attributes, the physical attributes, at least to conduct a strategy where you can keep this man at bay with jabs, scoring points, setting up some traps, setting up some beautiful combination work, and nothing
Oh,
but.
he's knocked him out. He's knocked him spark out.
Oh, there you
I
go.
cannot believe what I've just seen. Curse of the
What that told
commentator.
you.
He's absolutely
He
starched him.
was like that. He slept, countered, back.
Oh,
Beautiful.
my God.
And it was an uppercut, sort of uppercut across. Beautiful
He just
punch.
absolutely detonated him after getting beaten up and running the whole fight. That is unreal. Only
That,
in BKFC. You gotta love
yeah,
that.
he was getting mullered for 4 rounds.
that was funky business, that, I tell
Yeah,
you.
it was a beautiful slip counter. Beautiful slip counter. Loved it.
That is madness. I can't believe what I've just seen, man. That guy was getting pummeled. He was running scared, and then he just pulls out one uppercut like that. It was a massive shot. My God, mate. Casey Yates went to sleep. The crafted replay makes it look even better. What a punch. It was like one of
Yeah.
them. Remember the olden day photos you see from the 20s? Where
Oh,
the
yeah,
skinny
yeah.
guy just runs up and just goes, rah! It was one of them, mate. Get over here. You know what I mean?
Oh, it was a beautiful
Beautiful
punch.
shot.
It was a beautiful shot.
Wow, I can't believe what I've just seen, man. Only in the BKFC. That's why I love this stuff. There was no way that lad was winning that fight. He was getting beaten from pillar to post. He was running
Yeah,
like a fucking track star.
for 4 rounds, he's getting battered. He's running away. I'm like, he shouldn't be in this ring. The next
That is
minute,
mad.
Next minute, he comes out there, jabbing away, jab. Yeah, nice, that's better. Gone, I've told you what to do. Thank you, well done. Slip counter, uppercut. Thank you, good night. And,
And it
and,
was a beauty as
and
well,
it
weren't
was
it? What a peach of a punch, though, neutral. It was a beauty. Canelo would have been proud of that back in his heyday, you know
but
what I mean?
no, but nothing will beat the actual way he went down. He was a stun. As if the arms come out and he just went bang. He slowly went back on his back. He's all right now. He's up on his feet.
Remember
Uh,
the old Tin Man games where you used to have to hit the tin with a like BB gun, and then the little Tin Man would fall back, the little tin soldier. He looked
he's
like
just,
one of them going backwards, didn't he? Like,
he was
hasta la vista, baby, I'm done.
was
My
like
goose is cooked.
it was momentarily he was like in midair and then went back.
Praying to
Right.
Adidas, you know what I mean? I'm praying. He was
Uh,
gone,
I
looking
mean,
up at the feet.
just look at the state of this guy's face after he took them jabs in before that knockout, and that knockout has just closed the eye completely.
It was
Uh,
brutal.
oh, Yates. I mean, Yates was awful. I've got to say, he was awful. But this Henry was making him look good for 4 rounds.
One punch, though, in BKFC can change the whole fight, can't it? That's the thing. That's why we love it, though, isn't it? That one punch can just change the dynamics.
This is why I love him. It is exciting to watch. It's
It
entertaining.
is.
Very
It is.
entertaining.
Well, up next, we should have, if it goes back to what I thought the order was, it'll be Zay Garcia against Dominic Carey. But if not, it could be Bryant McClellan against Skylar Mauler. So, doesn't really matter because we're not scoring them anyway, but that's who should be next. And they don't usually have a long turnaround on these. They're normally quite speedy with the fights, which is good to
Oh
see.
yeah, this is what I love about BKFC. It's 5 minutes if that.
That's it. They don't
Uh,
hang a boot, do they? They just keep whipping them out.
I think they got 8 fights to get through tonight. So yeah, there you go. There's that timber moment from
But
Yates.
it's supposed to have been 9, mate. That's what I mean. So maybe we've missed the Zay Garcia one then, because it's supposed to have been
Don't
9.
take
So if
no,
there's
no,
8,
no. Don't take my word as gospel. I just quickly counted a few out whilst it was on
yeah.
the screen
Well,
earlier.
we got the main event, which is obviously the middleweight title fight between Mundell and Sanchez. That's the main event. That's what the card's after, BKFC 75. The co-main event is Murat Kilmatov against Leo Basira. And
Right.
then you've got Derek Perez, Rick Caruso, Felipe Chavez against James Dennis. We've got Will Albrecht against Kyle McElroy, Jenny Savage against Crystal Van Wyk, Bryant McLennan against Skylar Morla. We've just seen the Henry versus Casey Yates. And then there was meant to have been Zay Garcia, Dominic Carey. So there should have been 9, but maybe there'll only be 8 now because it seems like we've missed one. So if it's
Well,
not next, I'm assuming we've missed it.
we haven't missed a fight because it didn't start till 1 o'clock here. Um, Obviously, that was the first fight on this program. So maybe they had a prelims or
Yeah,
another.
unless it was like like a prelim, like an undercard fight or
Now,
something.
now,
We'll
whilst
know
we're
which
waiting,
comes next.
yeah, whilst we're waiting for the next fight, this is a good time to just get some questions about what's going on in the world of boxing today. Obviously, we've heard about Keyshawn Davis. The fight is now off. Um, what's your thoughts on that, guys? Do you feel that Keyshawn Davis has got a bit cocky? Has he
Screwed the
misled?
pooch. He screwed the
Has
pooch
he
on this one.
has he misled the boxing world, the fans, over the last few weeks? There have been, you got to remember, people have paid money to go to these fights, book flights, book hotels,
And
days
it's in
off
his
work.
hometown as well. It's in Norfolk, Virginia, his hometown. The whole DB3 was fighting. They even got Keon on the card. Keon Davis was fighting now as well.
Yeah,
So all 3 Davis
Kelvin.
brothers and 1, 2, and 3 as well. The main event, co-main, and third were all in a row. It was all set up for the DB3 to dominate.
Yeah.
He's
So,
gone and
what's your
screwed the
thoughts,
pooch,
guys?
mate.
Put it down. All other news as well. Whatever. There's lots of news going on in boxing today. What else we got, Jams?
I'm not sure, mate, what else has gone on today, to be honest. I've not been that active in the boxing world today. I took a bit of the day off. I covered all the fights earlier. Obviously, the Josh Kelly card was good. I covered all the
What
fights
did
from that.
what
But
did you
really, other
guys
than that,
think of
I've
that?
been staying out of it. There's
What
been a
did
lot of
you,
nonsense talk as usual about who's going to fight who, but I just don't pay any attention to that stuff anymore. Because
yeah,
they just make it. Ellie sets back and all them guys, they just make stuff up, man. So,
yeah. 20 says, I think it was a disgrace. He knew he was never going to make the weight. Basically pulled a Ryan Garcia. He knew he
yeah.
was, he was given some time to think about it and sorry, to work it off some weight, but he was never going to do £4 in an hour or 2 hours, whatever the WBO given. So, this is all, I mean, Floyd Mayweather's done this before. Um, Tank has done this before coming overweight.
Devin
Uh,
Haney has as well at one point, didn't he?
no, as far as I know, Devin Haney's been, quite professional.
Oh, I thought
Uh,
he failed one. Oh, no, of course, it was Garcia who failed against Haney, wasn't it?
yeah,
Sorry.
Garcia failed against him. But,
Yeah, that was it.
Haney, as much as I think he's overhyped, at least the boys always be professional,
Yeah.
even out in the ring. So, yeah, you can't knock him for that. But, it's a disgrace to the sport. He's now stripped. As I said, he's cost a lot of fans a lot of money. And
I wonder if the whole
after,
show's off now, Neutral, or whether that fight's just off. Because
no,
without that
no.
fight, there's not really a card, is there?
Well, there is because Abdullah Mason's been made the headliner now.
Oh, is that what's happened? Abdullah Mason's now headlining.
Yeah, yeah.
Ah, cool, cool, cool. That's good, man. So the DB2 will be fighting behind Abdullah
Um,
Mason, the guy who
and
Keyshawn was clowning on stage.
exactly. I mean, what was all that about? I mean, trying to bully a young man like Abdullah Mason
Who's nothing
live
but
on.
respectful as well, by the way.
He
Abdullah
kept
Mason's
his
nothing but
cool,
respectful.
kept his cool, kept his dignity, and said, "Yeah, that's what I'm here for." professional, makes weight. What does this clown do?
That's
£4
true.
over. Now that's on
Joshua
purpose.
said Keyshawn's a hype job and Tank would smash him up.
Yeah.
Smash him up basically.
He will never fight Tank now because he can't make 135. Tank's not
Yeah,
going to
he's
140.
going to be up at 140 in his next fight now for sure. Well,
Yeah.
he basically was
Yeah.
tonight, wasn't he? He was only what 0.7 pounds off, 0.9 pounds off
Yeah.
from being bloody 140 anyway, weren't he? So
Talking of Tank, do you guys think that Teo is signed to PBC for the Tank fight, thinking that Tank's going to 140, or will Teo Lefimo Lopez fight Tank at a 136 catch weight, which he did with Mario Barrios?
well, let's be honest, mate, about Tio. Tio was talking about fighting Boots up at 147 or 154. But then when it came to Hayner, he didn't want to know it at 147. I find
Listen,
that a little odd. He
yeah,
wanted it at 140, Hayner at 147. They met at 145, and then Tio pulls out of the deal for $11 million. Seems a little odd to me that. I think Tio
um,
might. He's saying
Teo
he's got
never
mental health
agreed.
issues, but
Teo never agreed to 145. Now this is Bill Haney playing games here.
that's who I spoke
Apparently,
to. That's who I spoke to.
what's going on here is Teofimo Lopez wanted to fight at 140, right, for the belts. He wanted to make it for a legacy fight. Bill, the Haney's wanted it at 147 and offered the one catch weight at 145, which was not negotiated. It was just flatly refused. So
So it
it
was just
never
released
got.
too eagerly. It was released
It
too
never.
eagerly by the team.
That was Oscar De La Hoya confirmed this fight without actually checking whether people had signed the fight or not. I mean, he knew Devin Haney, but he didn't know that. Well, he should have known that Teo hadn't signed it and let it go out that Teo's a dog. So
Yeah.
look, for all his faults, Teo, that was the clue that he was never going to 147 when he refused a catch weight. If you refuse a catch weight, how the hell are you going to go to welterweight and fight Boots or fight a Brian Norman Jr. or fight a
Nah.
Barrio, right? Teofimo Lopez knows if he signed with PBC after the Pac fight with Barrios and Pacquiao beats Barrios, he could get the Pac fight. That's what he's
Yeah.
looking at. He's these
I'd say
gimmick
so.
fights. It's these gimmick fights with Tank and with Barrios, or the winner of Barrios and Pac. That's what he'll be looking at, and
Yeah.
then maybe he'll go for a Ryan Garcia fight.
Yeah.
Let's
Nice, easy money now, that, isn't it? That fight's nice and easy.
Josh has said, let's not forget Oscar and Bernard trying to cover up Ryan's cheating after the Heaney fight. I don't know about covering up because it was Vada that actually proclaimed that he had ostarine in his system. In fact, they also proclaimed he had testosterone in his system. That was on. Sorry, not testosterone. What is it?
Clenbuterol, or whatever it's called.
But that was then later withdrawn. Um, 20 boxers said White's been pulled off the card tomorrow. Yeah, they couldn't find an opponent for him.
Yeah, I covered that the other day, mate. Yeah, and he claimed as well on IG recently, Dillian White did, but then he quickly deleted it that he was fighting AJ in the summer. But Eddie Hearn and AJ have both come out and said that's definitely 100,000,000% not happening, as Frank Warren has also reiterated. So Dillian White was chatting shit, and it was took down within 5 minutes.
Yeah. I mean, there's no way AJ. I don't think AJ's going to be ready for September. He's only just come out of surgery,
Eddie
and
Hearn said October to December. He
yeah,
said, but he'll be ready by September, but it'll probably be December by the time he fights.
yeah,
And it's going to be
yeah.
a Jared Anderson or it's not going to be Dillian White now by the sounds of it. Or he said definitely not in summer at Wembley as well. So probably going to
I
be
don't
Jared Anderson, someone along that ilk, and then it'll be Tyson Fury next summer at Wembley. That's what I reckon's going to happen.
if Anderson comes out of retirement for that'd be great for him. But he doesn't look in any way, shape, or form that he's going to be going back to boxing anytime soon. Joshua Heath says Nick Ball's apparently fighting Lewis Neary on the August card. That's what the rumour mill's saying, Joshua.
Yeah, I've heard that as well, mate. Yeah, I heard a little bit of something about
But then
that.
again, I'm also, I don't know how Marco Coelho is going to feel about that, as he's the WBA mandatory, and Nick Paul has to satisfy that. So I'm not too sure whether that's going to happen yet. And maybe a step aside has been done here. Maybe not. But I've
Ball
got to
against
see.
Terry would be fun though, wouldn't it? Because that's two brawlers right there. That would be fun.
Nearly coming up to 126.
And
I
he's a
just
drug
think,
cheat as well. Let's be honest. Apparently, he's a drug cheat.
yeah,
So
I don't want to see that fight. I'd rather see Coelho. It's mandatory.
yeah.
Yeah, sure. Nearly combined will probably give Paul a top fight. Yeah, well,
Well, the only other bit of news I can think of, mate, that came out in the middle of the night, late last night, was obviously Shay Metcalf's opponent, Dina Forsland, the
that's
WBA
right.
and unified champ, pulling out. So now Shay Metcalf is fighting Shanika Sugar Nicks Johnson, who signed with MVP and took the fight in a couple of hours of negotiations.
Well,
So she left
absolutely.
Salita Promotions, who have got a card tonight that she was supposed to be showing up at and calling out her next opponent, but she's jumped ship. She's gone to MVP like the rest of the girls, Bar Clarissa, Bar Terry Harper, Bar Caroline Dubois, and a couple of others. And now we've got the undisputed bantamweight title fight between Chicken Metcalf and Sugar Nicks Johnson. But Dina Forsland is still champion in recess. So she still keeps two of her titles. And when she's had a baby and she's ready to fight again, she gets first crack at the winner of that fight.
Yeah, but yeah, yeah. I hate champion in recess. I really do. Um, yeah, for me, you should just give up. You should just give up the belts. And for me, it just mucks up the whole situation. You saw that the other week when two champion recesses were fighting each other. Do you remember? Um,
Yeah, a while back, yeah. But that was with men, though. With women, it's different because obviously she's having a baby. She didn't plan it. It's not like she's just ducking her out. You know, she genuinely got pregnant and had to pull out of the fight July 11th. So basically, what she's done, she said, "Look, I will allow my." She could have held on to them titles for at least a year, and they would have to go court and challenge her and take them titles from her. She literally said, "I'll give the titles up as long as you guarantee me a crack at the winner when I'm back." I think that's pretty fair with Dina Forsland.
I mean, obviously being with MVP, that she's going to get that
Yeah.
opportunity anyway. And it works well for MVP.
Well,
But
that's why Janika had to sign with MVP before the deal was agreed. You see,
well,
she had to
obviously,
sign with them to make it
she's
happen.
got, she's got the other belt, so she had, they've got
She
to
had the
sign it.
WBA, yeah.
Yeah.
She had the WBA belt to make it
I,
a full set.
I think it's going to be a great fight between them two, Shanika Johnson and Shane Metcalf. Can't wait for it. We wish Shane Metcalf all the very best. He's a good friend of the channel.
I think
Um,
she's got a better chance against Shanika than she had against Dina Forsland, in truth.
I don't
I
know. I
really
think
do.
Shanika's bigger. Torsten's, 5'4".
Yeah,
And you
but
got
Shay's
Shane.
tall as well, though. Shay's rangy and she's got that kangaroo style. She can mash a toolboxer, whereas Dina's a little brawl, a little
Yeah,
banger.
well, that's
She's
what I'm saying.
dangerous.
Dina Torsten's 5'4". Shane Metcalf's like 5'8". Um, that would have been a far easier fight for me than Shanika Johnson, because Shanika Johnson is a little bit bigger and she brings the power. I think once you see Dina Torsten fight these two, Shanika Johnson and Shane Metcalf, I don't think she's going to keep them titles.
Well, let's see. Can't wait. I hope these are it with this next bloody fight. So much for quick fights, mate. They've been 11 minutes already. I'm going to have
Yeah,
to
that's
reach for my charger soon if this carries on. They
probably
normally
the
fly the fights out, don't they?
it's probably the cost of taking a fight off the card.
Yeah, they're just filling the space. Yeah, maybe there's
Yeah.
an injury or something.
Who we got here? Joshua says predictions for Inui versus MG in September. Uh, Mate, it's going to be a real good fight because
I,
MG
w-
was
I wouldn't be
very good.
surprised if MJ got to Inoue, to be honest. We've seen Inoue a little bit chinner. Oh, he's a very good fighter, but he's a little bit chinny, man. Neri put him down. He got put down in his last fight. You know what I mean? Murajan could easily do the same job on him. And if Murajan does it, you stay hit. So I wouldn't be backing
Yeah,
against Zach Medaliev, mate.
I mean the good thing about Inui is he's really good from range, and accuracy and timing and that. But I watched watching that Cardenas fight we were doing the Watchalong, and one thing I was noticed, he gets frustrated in you, and he starts lunging with like lefts, and then he'll follow up with a right, and if he doesn't, hit with that left, um, nearly put him down when he walked onto a left hook. Cardenas put him down when he walked onto it, when he's lunging in. Um, Akbadalia, he loves to work the body, great body worker. He's tough, he's durable, um, great defense, great head work. And I think Inui will find it hard to tag him a lot and then make mistakes. And that's when the likes of MG or even Nakatani, I think Nakatani beats Inui right
Oh,
now.
mate, I've said that for the last year and a half. I think Junto Big Bang Nakatani is the one who will beat Inoue first if Akhmadaliev doesn't. I really believe that. When they
Right.
fight at Super Bantam, maybe Christmas next year, Japanese All Tokyo Special, I think Junto's going to absolutely cleanse him, mate. I think he's just hits too hard for Inoue for what he can take.
Yeah. As Josh has said, there's a reason why Inui's team tried to adopt MG 3 times.
Yeah,
But
MJ is tough, man.
we're going to get
A
the
lot
fight
of people
finally.
adopt him.
Yeah, we're going to get it finally. But looks like we're about to get a fight now here on BKFC 75.
Hopefully, mate. Hopefully. I don't know who it's going to be yet, guys, so stick with us. It's either going to be Bryant McLean versus Skylar Mauler, or it's going to go back to the first one, Zay Garcia and Dominic Carey. So we'll have to see. Usually they're thick and fast on these sort of shows. I'm surprised they're taking so long. It's unusual.
Yeah, yeah. Some slugfest on here.
They're advertising some good shows at the minute as well. Tenaglia against Toto. That's going to be fire in Texas, that is. August 21st. Someone's going to
Yeah,
sleep on that one.
20 boxes says Josh Kelly calling out Ben tonight. Never going to happen though. I watched that when he said that, but right before he said that, he was going on about I want to go for championship belts now and that. And then, I think it was a minute later, then he mentioned going event. So he's open for anything. He feels good. I mean, obviously that first round mismatch, if you like, against Flavius Bayer. But mate, we done a watch along, and there was about 7, 8 beautiful shots that led up to that stoppage, which was a bit tad premature by the ref. I know the guy was hurt, but he was on his feet, and the ref went, nah, no, not happening. Well, it was bit early, bit early. But
It
that that
seemed a
that.
strange one, didn't it? It seemed a soft
Aye,
stoppage, to be fair.
his head is going through the roof now. Uh, so it's going to be interesting to see how they matchmake Josh Kelly now, whether he does get a shot at some title or another, and then try and make a card around it. If not, he'll be on a Riyadh card again. But that's
Yeah,
where
to
he
be honest,
lost.
I wouldn't put him in with Conor Benn. I think Conor Benn beats him comfortably, to be honest.
At
I'm not a
150,
big Conor Benn fan, but I think Conor Benn probably stops him quite early.
I don't know. I don't know. I like what I saw tonight with Josh. His shot.
I like Kelly, but I just think Conor Benn's too aggressive for him. You know what I mean? We've seen with David Evanessi and what he can do. Conor Benn's going to put levels on him, man. At 154 as well. Conor Benn, like, he fought at 152 against Peter Dobson. And
Yeah,
he wasn't as strong, but obviously this was post eggs, wasn't it? So I don't know. I just think Conor Benn, the fight he showed against Chris Eubank, if he can get that same energy against Josh Keller, I think it'll be a mismatch, mate. You know what I mean? I really do. And I'm not Conor Benn's biggest fan. I'm not a fan of his at all, to be quite honest.
I mean, Connor's so tough. As he showed against Eubank, in that 12 rounder, nearly went in the final round. And he had rocked Eubank so many times as well. It was a great
It was
fight.
one of the greatest fights. I know people say it was just
Ah,
two guys going at it, but that was what makes a great fight to me. You know what I mean? I was
yeah,
speaking to Brunch Boxing about it the other day. They were saying Benavidez Morel was the fight of the year so far. I was saying, how can you call that fight of the year compared to Conor Benn,
uh,
Chris Eubank Jr.?
I love my friends at Brunch Boxing, but they are definitely being paid by PBC now to
that was exactly
display
what I said, mate. That's
David
exactly what I
Morrell.
said.
Sorry, to display David Benavidez' name in every category and won it. Was just an incredible.
Fighter of the year, Fight of the year, PBC of the year, bloody Golden Dick of the year, all sorts, mate. It was crazy.
yeah.
But apparently it was a voted system. Matt said it was voted, and that Conor Ben Chris Eubank didn't get a single
Yeah.
vote.
It's a voting system within bronze boxing. There's about three of them.
Yeah. I think Benavidez Bivol was second with one
They,
vote, apparently.
they make you laugh. They make out it's like a WBC commission. Right. 20 says, watching it back, I think the stoppage was right. He didn't get up to his feet until 9. He looked unsteady and we can't see into his eyes. And that's true, that is true, 20. And we don't wish the boy any more harm than what. I just think, for a matchmaking point of view, it's a stinker. Right. Lots of people are saying MG can't cause Inuit problems. It's stupid. But wait till September, he'll constantly give Inuit hell. I mean, and that'll go both ways though, Joshua. You know, they can both give each other hell. This is the thing. Anyways, he is going to hit home at some point during the fight, and it's up to MJ to take them shots as well. With his knockout rate, he's a banger. So MJ's not going to have it all his own way. But for me, if he boxes right, he can win it.
Hey, bro, you're not going to believe this. It's 8 minutes, 20 seconds till the next fucking fight.
Oh well, we'll talk boxing for 8 minutes.
They've got an 8-minute counter on. We are watching the best of Salt Lake City at the minute, so the best of the last card, I'm assuming. And there's 8 minutes, 5 seconds now until the next fight. Why would they put it on at 1 if they're going to have one 5-round fight before bloody 2 o'clock? That's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah. Just
Start
watching
the
it.
show at 1:45, mate. Start the show at 1:45. It'd have been done and wrapped up, and then we go at 2. Crazy behaviour from BKFC on this one.
Joshua says it's just MG takes long to land bombs, but his footwork tires his opponents out for sure. But
Yeah.
I do see MG having a huge moment of putting Inuit down. How would you see that? I see a body stoppage with the Inuit. Do you see a knockout, or do you see combination, or do you see a one-punch knockout? That'd be interesting to hear your thoughts
You know
on
what, the only way I can see Inoue getting stopped is with a massive shot to the chin. I think he's a little bit chinner. I think he could get took from a massive MJ right hand and just put him on his arse. You know what I mean? Just a flash punch, a flash shot. Inoue's going in as aggressive as he always is, and MJ just catches him with something sweet. And I think he could go to sleep. You know what I mean? Because he's shown already that he can get caught. And yeah, he's proven he can get up and carry on and do the job. But when someone like MJ hits you, you tend to stay hit. You know what I mean? So I'd
that.
like to see that.
He's
Let's
an
still go to
athlete.
another one though. What did you make to Sugar Nunes the other day? Was you impressed by? We done the watch along. What did you think to Sugar Nunes? Was he a bit disappointing for you, or was you happy with his performance against the Japanese man?
Who did he
Against
fight?
Rashiki?
Oh, Rashiki, yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
against Eduardo Sugar Nunes. He was a little bit disappointing for me. I lost a little bit of the fire I had for him. I was adamant he'd beat Anto Kakachi. I was adamant he was far too strong, far too good. But Rikishi showed levels, man. Masanori Rikishi showed that he can take that power and outbox him. But don't get me wrong, he's a good boxer. But
He did,
I expected more from Sugar, to be honest.
yeah, he'd only lost the once, though, and Sugar, he's been out since of August of last year. So he's been out nearly a year. So he probably wasn't as sharp as he wanted to be. But then again, I thought Rikishi's chin was tremendous throughout
It
that
was.
fight. And he'd only lost once prior before. So,
Yeah, they'd both lost in 2018, surprisingly. Like, they'd both lost 6 years ago, 7 years ago. Both at the
exactly.
same time. How
And
crazy is that?
they're both on great runs. Both don't know how to lose. So on hindsight, the UD win for Nunes was probably the banker bet. This layoff probably affected Nunes to get the finish. That's it, mate. That's exactly what I said. It
Well,
just,
apparently, Team Anto Kakashi now fancy the fight. After giving up his title to not face Sugar Nunes, Anto Kakashi's team now apparently are pushing for the fight.
See,
So
this
they've
is
seen
when
something in the Rikishi fight that makes them now believe I shouldn't have given my strap up. I should have gone for it. And
yeah,
now they want the fight, according to Eddie Hearn.
obviously, because when you take the act of dropping the belt before a fight to take another fight, then you're more or less telling people that, nah, didn't fancy it.
Yeah.
Now, having watched it, and on hindsight now says, yeah, I want to make that fight now. You look stupid. I mean, you
Yeah,
ducked it.
Josh just said Kakache also wants Shakur and Tank.
You're
Yeah,
not going to
good
get
luck with
it
that one,
now.
mate. He's got no chance.
You're
Kakache's
not
not a
going to
big
get
enough
it.
name for them
You're
two.
not going to get it. Because
They don't get out of bed for less than 5 million, mate. Kakache ain't pulling that kind of money in. I'm
no,
sorry.
I mean, it's good for Northern Ireland, but there's no, I don't know, it's just not big enough for a
Yeah,
fight
there's no
for
incentive for
it.
either of them two to fight him.
Yeah,
There's really
there's
not.
no support for that kind of fight. Yeah, he messed up big time because that Nunes would have been the closest he would get to those kind of names.
Yeah, and he could have done it in Belfast, Northern Ireland, where he's based, where he's from. Could have been mega even if he lost and got knocked out, it could have been his swan song. He could have got the big payday, the big homecoming, the big crowd, everyone celebrating him. Yeah, even if he gets starched by someone like Sugar Nunes at the time, it would have been like, well, he gave his all. You know what I mean? What a great career. But
Yeah,
now, if he goes in there now after thinking now that he's lost a step and then gets starched, now he's gonna look like a fucking idiot for giving his strap up in the first place.
there you go.
You know what I mean?
Shakur gives him a good schooling and Tank sparks him out. Now look, here's another thing. Tank, Vermont Roach, is next. I've got a feeling that's not going to happen. I don't know why, but it's not. Is it been confirmed yet?
Yeah. It's August 26th, I think. Don't
All
quote
right.
me on that, but I'm pretty sure it's August
Okay.
26th.
Right.
The
Let's take that.
rematch.
Well, let's take that back. I have realised it.
But
I
it doesn't
think,
mean it's gonna happen still. You know what it's like, mate. With these fights.
yeah, because that first fight, there was a lot to see about Tank when things are not going his way, and he starts seeing wee mistakes. Lamont Roach had fought Tank many times before, sparring all
Yeah.
kinds, amateur days. You know,
And he
and
swears he always held his own as well and got the
exactly,
better of the sparring.
rather like Heaney and Garcia. Sorry, Heaney and Ryan Garcia, who fought in the amateurs, and these two know each other to the point where I know what's coming next off this guy. So when you know a boxer and you fought him, now there's an old saying in life: you don't know a man until you've fought him, right?
That's it.
And Lamont Roach and Ryan Garcia have fought these guys before many times, so that's why they did so well in their professional fights, moving on into them days. I'm not saying that Lamont Roach is gonna win, but it's gonna take a very brave judge to go against Lamont Roach again next time if he manages to put out another great performance. The first fight showed Tank was outboxable from a distance. Well, lots of people overlooked Roach like he's a cherry pick. I always knew Roach boxing skills would affect Tank, and mate, I quite agree with you. Just because he was a super featherweight doesn't mean to say that he can go 5 pound. And £5 is spread across your body. It's virtually nothing from head to toe. £5. It's not a lot. A lot of that'll be water. So knowing that when you go up in a weight, and all the greats have gone up in weight. Sugar Ray Robinson, Duran's, your Sugar Ray Leonard's, Roy Jones Jr.'s. I can name 100 boxers who've gone up in weight and won. And, this is why I say Tank can go to 140, 147. He could be successful because for me, he looks a little bit too skinny now that he's turned 30. He's coming into his man frame. and he's still fighting at lightweight. I think we could see Tank at 140 before he finishes.
Yeah, I
That's
reckon
it.
so too.
I'm just going to the bathroom. Thank you.
Yep, no worries, mate. Well, the main card's just starting, so we're going to get some more fights soon, guys. So thank you for sticking with us. The Alpha BKFC 75. It wasn't meant to take this long. They showed one fight from 1 a.m. till 2 a.m. in the UK, which is pretty crazy because normally it's fight after fight after fight. That's why we love the BKFC. But they fumbled the bag on this one a little bit so far. But there's some great fights coming up. We should have the main event, David Mundell versus Donald Sanchez. We've got Murat Kilmatov versus Leo Garcia. We've got Derek Perez versus Rick Caruso. Philippe Chavez versus James Dennis. We've got Will Albrecht versus Kyle McElroy. We've got Jenny Savage versus Crystal Van Wyk. And we should have Brian McLean versus Shakur Muller. So them fights are still to come. So stick with us, guys. And we should be able to pop through them real quick now the main card has started. Joshua Heath says Tank needs to be switched on and not toy with Roach if he wants to win and prove himself. I completely agree with you, my man. Honestly, I couldn't agree more with that. Last time Tank just took it too easy, thought it was just light work. He's going to go in there, he's going to school him on Roach. Just like Bizzle work, he thought he's going to have him fucked on every turn, every shot. He's going to catch him and knock him out. When that didn't happen, he ran out of ideas. He was bereft of ideas. And that's why you're seeing him take the knee, claiming the grease in the eye, all that BS that he pulled. He found out that night that boxing's not an easy sport, mate. Just because you're from the Mayweather team, it doesn't mean you're going to get all the money that Mayweather got. Doesn't mean you're as good as the great Floyd Mayweather. And he found that out that night. But I do believe Tank's going to come in a lot more on point for his next fight, his rematch with Lamont Roach. And I worry for Roach just because of that. He's going to come out statement ready. But we'll see. Roach is still a very good boxer. We've seen that, you know what I mean? He's only lost with Jamel Herring. Jamel Herring's a former world champion, 2 different divisions. One interim, sorry, 1 full championship, but still a very, very slick boxer. So we'll have to see. Josh says Tank was getting wobbled every time Roach dipped and countered. Yes, he was, mate, indeed. And that's the thing. Tank was outed that night, mate. Tank was outed that night. All them Tank fans who went into absolute meltdown after that fight, you know what I mean? They just couldn't handle it. And they still can't to this day. If you mention that to anyone on a social media platform, you get 1,000 little Tankians just coming at you because they can't handle the fact that their boy ain't all they thought he was. It's
I
embarrassing to deal with. You have to
I
bat them off
then
like fucking skid marks, you know what I mean? It's just ridiculous.
they're pretty hardcore, aren't they?
The hardcore until you ask them a question about boxing and they know fuck all, mate. It's like talking to children in a primary school. They've just got no knowledge whatsoever. All
All,
they do
all
is
the
scream tank, tank,
all
tank,
this
tank, tank. You know what I
the
mean?
first when it comes to protection, how's Tank gonna do? Knockout.
Tank KO, first round,
That's
10
that's
seconds.
all they know. That's all they know.
Tank
Knockout.
versus Loma. Oh, Tank knocks him out in 10 seconds. What the fuck boxing have you watched, mate? If Tank won't even get to sniff Loma's gloves for the first 10 seconds of a fight. What's the matter with you? They're delusional, mate. They're actually delusional, Tank fans. They are the most probably, I'd say, the most delusional fans of all boxing fans. I'd say are Tank fans. I genuinely would. From what I've seen in my years watching boxing, there used to be a lot of Mike Tyson fans who were delusional. You know what I mean? They
I
thought Tyson could do no wrong. He's going to knock everyone out one punch. And when that got starched and he got ruined, it just sort of like slipped out the game for a bit. But then with the Tank fans,
yeah
they bought it back. Tank knocks everyone out with one punch. Tank's this, that, the other. It's garbage, man. Tank's a good
yeah.
boxer. I'm not dissing him, you know. But he ain't no fucking dominator. He's not no killer.
I know. You
He's
haven't
no
had the
world class
best one.
boxer, mate. He's no Marvin Hagler. He's no Billy James Tony. He's no, you know what I mean? He's not any of them
Yeah,
kind of levels.
the best
And
one I had. The best one I had there the other day was boxing's just not any good when Tank's not fighting.
oh, I seen that. I seen that as well, mate. And
He
someone
only
said,
fights once a year.
Tank is the face of boxing. Someone said. I thought, fucking, if he's the face of boxing, mate, then Lamont Roach is a god. You know what I mean? Like, what the
uh,
hell? The faces of boxing at the moment, mate. Like it or love it, it's Usyk. Even Anthony Joshua still, Daniel Dubois. These are the face of the boxing. Manny
They're
Pacquiao
not.
still, even after all these years. They are
They're,
just because everybody knows who they are. That's what the face of boxing means. Like, do you remember when Deontay Wilder was WBC heavyweight world champion? He was on
yeah.
the zone for the first time, and they paraded him around New York, and not one single American knew his fucking name. Not one. Not one of them. And it's the same with Tank. You could walk Tank around New York, and not one person would know who he is.
See, New York is a massive metropolis, like London, and them metropolises, they haven't got time.
I'll tell
You
you
know,
something, though.
people
You walk Anthony Joshua or Dillian White around London, everyone knows who they are.
exactly,
You know what I
but you
mean?
know, I mean, the only people that have been known in New York, Teofimo Lopez, Shaquille Stevenson,
And a couple of the
uh,
old legends, Mike Tyson, you know what I mean?
and yeah. So they're the sort of guys. What Keyshawn has done today is just another example of American boxing going down the pan.
Yeah.
You saw it with the Garcia Haney affair. The the Fatal Fury card in New York was a complete stinker.
Oh,
Uh,
one of the worst ever.
then you had it's just calamity after calamity. And now you've got Keyshawn is just now he's been stripped of the title. I just think American boxing is going to go into the doldrums now, and
It is.
it'll be up to you know the onus will be on the likes of Tank to bring them back to the brink
Yeah.
of acceptability of what's going on there now because the ecosystem in America is it's out of this world. It's off the stratosphere of what you consider reality.
Of
They
reality.
live on another planet over there, and just think that years and decades of being the mecca of boxing is going to carry them through
But
to
it's
this
not.
era. No,
Well, I had a route with
no,
some American the other day, bro, and he was talking about Europeans have no good boxers. So I said, undisputed heavyweight champion of the world before he gave one of his titles to Daniel Dubois. Daniel Dubois the other. And he went, oh, yeah, but heavyweight's trash. I'm talking about real boxing. I said, so
yeah,
you mean American boxing? You don't mean boxing. You mean American boxing. So you're just full of shit, mate. So just get back in your box. You don't know what you're talking about. You know what I mean? Telling me that no European fighters are any good. America's the only place where boxing's good. It's like, come on now.
yeah. Right.
Joshua Heath
We've
just
got
said Bam's the face of flyweight boxing. Yes, certainly, mate. I can't wait for Flemu Cafu fight. It's going to be big. But anyway, back to the BKFC. We've got a fight coming up now, mate. We've got Bryant McLean, my bad, against Skylar Mauler. So this is the second fight of the night. We're finally going to get some bare knuckle action. We've done our best to talk you through the last 45 minutes. Thank you, BKFC. We expect a bit of compensation our way for this. You know what I mean? But no, this is going to be fun. This is going to be fun. Have you got it now? You got Skyler just walking in the ring, just taking his top off. Guy in the green trunks, neutral. You just got him coming out now.
is
Just
he
took
the
his top
guy in
off.
green shorts?
Yeah, with a gold band. Yeah,
Uh, he's getting some rub around the face.
it's getting a nice rub off. So we're ready to go in a minute.
A rub down.
Joshua's just said
He's just
Cafu's
getting
honestly
checked.
going to get badly hurt by Rodriguez. He just fights like Wilder, swinging widely and has poor cardio. Bam in 3 rounds. We done a prediction on that the other day as well, didn't we? Oh no, we didn't. That was a private conversation, so I won't reveal that yet.
Okay.
But yeah, we were talking about that the other day, but we'll save it for the prediction league. So make sure you tune into
Yeah.
that, guys. Every Wednesday, 6:15 p.m. UK and 8 p.m. for the League 2 show. But here we go. The MC's just giving the fighters their credentials, and they're just about to go to war. BKFC
Yes.
75
Back to
from
the bare knuckle.
Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Let's hope we get a knockout.
Oh, I guarantee we get one here, mate. I've got a feeling there's going to be a brutal knockout in this one. I'll go
See,
75% guarantee knockout.
mate, these guys have got the most present tattoos I've ever seen.
I've just seen one. He's got some sort of scorpion on his forehead or something. What the fuck's that about?
Nah, he's been in the jail too long, him.
Gangland,
Uh,
mate. Gangland warfare.
Joshua says, but Puma would be harder for Palmer's. Puma can box while throwing the wild punches, and there's a good cardio as well. He's better technically than Cafu. Well, we're going to find out, mate. We're going to find out when Cafu and Palmer meet.
Yeah, can't wait for that fight, mate. That's a great fight as well.
Skylar Mauler. What a name.
He's
Mauler.
a mauler.
He's a Mauler, is Skylar.
Always makes me think of Walter White's wife. You know what I mean? Skylar White, mate, from Breaking Bad. She was a Skylar. Always makes me
Yeah.
think of that when I hear his name.
Few people think I'm Walter White.
Ah, mate, you're goddamn right. You know what I mean?
Goddamn right.
That's it. You do look like him, bro. You do look like Walter White when he has a shaved
When
head.
I,
You do.
when I stick the glasses on.
No, you're definitely Walter. WW. No dot.
Right.
Right,
Let's
we're about
see.
to get underway. This is going to be fun, man. Right at last. Andrew Glenn's the referee here for BKFC.
This guy looks a bit in the green shorts. He looks a bit apprehensive here. This other guy looks mean as an angry bull.
He
And,
looks like an old school boxer,
oh,
mate,
he's going
doesn't he?
straight in.
That's Mauler. That's Mauler.
He's going straight for a knockout. Oh, they're banging each other. Oh, beautiful punch. They're raining
Oh,
in. Is he
Mauler's
cut him
going after him
already?
here.
I think he's
McLean's
cut
already
him.
touched down.
Yeah, he's on his knees. He's back up. Bit messy.
Mauler, though, he's got that Mauler style, and he's crouched down low like the old school boxers again, like I said earlier, like just looking for them shots. Oh, he's
He's,
out! He's knocked him spark!
I
He
knew it.
split his head open and knocked him out.
I knew it. There's a
That's game
knockout.
setting Hector Camacho, mate. He's done. His goose is cooked. It's over.
Nah, he's
What was
done. He's
that,
done.
25 seconds? And Mauler mauls his man.
It was a right
Skylar
cross.
Mauler.
Beautiful. More. The other guy's head went dunk, and he went down.
McLean.
Yeah, that was
Big
a
up, Miss
brutal
Yogi.
knockout. Hello, Yogi.
Good to see ya.
Happy birthday for the other week there. I think it was the other week there, Yogi. Yeah,
Thank you for
always
coming
good
through
to
to the
see you.
BKFC show. What a knockout
Yeah,
that was. It didn't take long at all, did it? For the
that was
Mauler.
great. As soon as the bell went, he went for that knockout. The very first thing he done was rush him, left
Yeah, he
jab,
did it.
overhand right,
Oh,
catches
cleansed
him.
him.
Bang. The other, as I said just before this start, I said the other guy looks real apprehensive. He didn't look like he wanted to be there in front of this guy, and he scared them.
The cracking
Bang.
shot. The absolute cracking shot there. See the claret come from his head as well. It split his head open. He's got it all over his chest as Mauler.
Yeah, he's happy with himself there.
He said
That
he'd
was a
do
good
it.
show.
He's come out and done it.
When you put on a show like that, and that's just gonna, you got the ranks there pretty quick with that. But
Definitely.
that was brutal. Knuckles split the heat open. He's up on his feet now. He's just getting some attention to the cut. He seems fine. Following the
He's
doctor's
just
orders.
promoting his energy drink.
And
He's just promoting his
Muller,
energy drink like, yo, what go on here? I've got some energy drink for you. Buy this shit. Buy
Muller
this.
has just mullered his opponent in 25 seconds. Incredible. Yes,
That
he
was
did look
beautiful.
kind of shocked.
He did, Miss Yogi. 100%. He's smiling now, though. Fair play to him. He's smiling now after getting jacked up like that. He's still smiling.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good
Warriors
sportsmanship.
in the ring, brother. Warriors in the ring.
Respect to each other.
It's the beauty of the sport, mate. It's the beauty of
You'll
the
not
sport.
you'll not want to face that man again.
No, definitely not, mate. To be honest, I don't think many are going to want to face him. He looks like a psychopath Russian, doesn't he, to be fair?
Aye, he's not the sort of character you want to meet in a dark alley, on your way home
Definitely
from the
not.
pub.
But that bloody red tattoo on his forehead and that, he looks like some menace. Dennis's brother.
He looks like a menace to society.
He really does. Fantastic punch though. That right was just beautiful.
Uh,
Let's just hope they keep the
York,
fights
if
coming
you're
now.
still here, York, if you're still here, we were talking about Keyshawn Davis there before and his unprofessional behaviour and not making weight. He's now been stripped by the WBO. Um,
And now the
who
fight's off as well.
I fights off. Mason's now the main event. What's your thoughts, Yogi? As the presenter of BKFC is interviewing Muller. Great knockout in that bout there.
He's
25
definitely a
seconds.
mauler. Definitely a mauler.
Aye, but if he tried that strategy against a more technically sound boxer, he'd be in trouble. But
Oh,
obviously,
he'd get
this guy
starched against a boxer.
is
But that's the
really
beauty of
rushed him.
BKFC.
He went for a knockout from the bell, and he almost got him in the first punch, but the guy just missed him. That was it. He's on the back foot for the rest of the 23 seconds of the fight. And then that inevitable overhand right, as he's trying to clench the Russian down with his left hand. All he had to do is come out over the right, bang,
It
cut
was
his heat open,
brutal.
and you're out. You are out of here.
He's definitely out of there, bro. He's done. His goose is cooked. Put a fork in him and he's done. He's done.
He got a one piece combo there with fries, no gravy required.
They're just showing the co-main event, which is Murat Klilmatov versus Leo
The
Bercia.
size of this guy, my goodness,
That's the co-main, mate. That's the co-main. I can't wait for that. I tell ya.
he looked,
I can't
he
wait for
looked
that
a
one.
brute. Oh, we got a Mexican cartel.
Looks
Uh,
like a warlord.
High Warlord there. He's got as his last opponent. This is what I love about BKFC. See all these fantastic characters, and you can just make up your own uh, narrative
You
as
can
you
make your
go
own
along.
spiel about them. That's it. Definitely. They're just showing
Uh,
Kilmatov at the minute. But look at this knockout on this left hook here. Oh, they're not showing it yet, but yeah, the left that he gets in with at the end, it's an absolute peach of a punch. He's devastating his Kilmatov. Or
Isaac,
Kilometov, should I say.
he's got massive legs, so that's sort of a great basis for centrifugal force. Sticking to the ground when he's landing them punches. Going to be huge. You got that technique. You come from the hip all the way up to your shoulder, through your elbow to the fist. Oh, it's just devastating stuff.
It is, mate. It's what we're here to see, Mr. Neutral. It's what we're here to see on Red Corner Boxing, mate. We're here for this kind of action. You know, it's great to watch the boxers, the track stars and all that. It's always good to see skillful boxers. But sometimes you just need a break and you need a little bit of this, don't you? A little bit of brutality. A little bit of no real, like, actual boxing skill set, just brutality in the ring. It just brings a bit of fun and a bit of enchantment to your Friday, Saturday, Sunday night, whatever day you happen to be watching on.
And don't forget, talking of this weekend, we got Watchalongs tomorrow. We got Justice Hooney and Fabio Warden, Callum
Callum
Simpson,
Simpson against
Ivan
Ivan
Zuko.
Zuko.
We
Are
have
we going to do a
these.
split screen on that? We're going to do split screens.
Aye, we
Like
should
what?
do. I'll cover one. You cover one.
I don't think it lets you, mate. It don't let you go to two destinations, unfortunately. We'll have to do them
Oh
both at the
no,
same time. What we'll
no.
do, we'll
What I
watch
mean
one on the
is,
laptop and then one on the TV. And then
aye,
stream on our phone.
we'll watch each one each, and then we can just flip.
Yeah?
If they're both on at the same time, I'll watch one, you watch the other, and we'll commentate as we go along.
Well, hopefully they'll have the common sense to break it up and make sure they're not at the same
They
time, the main
won't know.
events.
They won't know because they have to run to council times,
Yeah,
to
that's
let
true.
people out of stadiums and that.
Did you
Because
see
it's,
the Ben Shalom interview I put up on the channel earlier?
I did, yeah. Uh, Talking about the end with Sky.
Yeah.
Obviously now they got that deal with the zone. Um, And I can see PBC going that way as well.
Yeah,
Once
me
this
too, mate.
Amazon
That's what I was
Prime.
just gonna say, bro. Yeah, I was just gonna say exactly the same thing. I thought Boxer was gonna go to TNT Sports, to be honest.
Yeah, but TNT, I think last year it was, we're looking to pull out of boxing as well.
Yeah,
So
no, well, that's why the Queensbury moved to the zone, weren't it?
BT Sports, or BT as it is, they're shutting down their sporting program. With boxing, concentrating on other sports. But as it just goes to show you that boxing is becoming more of a niche sport as we get along, because the support is just not there that other sports have, like football, tennis, cricket, you name it, rugby. Even rugby's got more fan base than boxing, and that's a tragedy in this country for me, because
Really is.
boxing was a staple sport for 60 years, 70 years, and
Oh,
now
we almost
because
lost it from the Olympics in 2028, and we're almost,
right,
but luckily it's back now at LA. Thank God.
well, look at the foreign investment into national sports, and it's all foreign money.
Yeah,
Our equivalent is Turkey Al Sheikh coming
yeah.
in and promoting Matchroom, Boxer, Queensbury, Wasserman. So they're
It's
going
all
to be
BFCs then.
centralised. They're trying to centralise it all, and and it's turning it into a service industry like everything else in this country. We export very little. Do you know our biggest industry that we export is our service industry? What we do for other people, other countries. It's got nothing to do with our products. Service industry, what people provide up there. That's our biggest export. So what that means, we're going to be more like Sweden, Norway, where it's dead expensive. The average cost of a house now in the UK is £420,000.
Ridiculous, isn't it?
420,000, the average price in this country. So your food's gone up. You look in the last year, food's gone up 40%. Your council tax, your energy's gone up 30%.
TV
That's
license,
over.
water rates, it's all
All
gone
these
up.
things are over the rate of inflation, your base rate of inflation. We're just getting screwed
Yeah,
year in,
and
year out.
young couples now are not going to be able to afford to buy a house because
No,
there's going to be no houses available in their price range. You got to
no,
earn 60 grand a year to even think about buying a house now. And most jobs just
exactly.
don't pay that. You're looking to get 35, 40 grand. So it's people are screwed, mate. People are screwed. And it's
Absolutely.
terrible. And why that's happening, and we're pushing all this inflation up and all these prices up, we've got illegal immigrants who don't belong here, who literally come over illegally when there's thousands and millions of people that are waiting to come over legitimately, who deserve to come here for a better life. We've got gangs of criminals coming in, and we're paying for them to live in hotels for fucking £1 million a month. It's ridiculous. And that's what this country has gone to shit for.
Yeah.
And it's never going to
Anyway,
change until we get rid of the government that keeps allowing this to happen and we get out of the European Union that is still dominating our laws and stopping us deporting these criminals. You've got
yeah.
paedophiles that rape children and we can't deport them. It's fucking rotten, mate. This country's rotten to the core.
It's not the government, it's the system that needs to change.
Well, yeah, but the government are the ones who signed up for it.
It
Tony Blair
doesn't
started all
matter
this shit
who,
back in the 90s for
it doesn't
Labour.
matter what government gets in, they have to play by the establishment rules that are set in
Yeah, they
place.
need to leave. Was it the ECSH or whatever it's called? The
European
European.
Court of Human Rights, yeah, they need to
Yeah,
get rid of
we need
that.
to leave that because they're the
But
ones that are
anyway,
stopping us
enough
from getting
about
rid of them.
politics. Enough about British politics. Let's move
Yeah,
on
most
to the
definitely. Well,
game.
we've got the next fight coming up now, so that was
Will
good timing, brother.
Albrecht.
That was good
Albrecht.
timing. We've got Will Albrecht versus Kyle McElroy
I
coming
mean,
up now.
he looks older than me. No, he's not.
He's a big boy, isn't he? He's a big
He's a
boy.
big lad, this one. There could be another knockout here. He's a bit
I would
older,
say
he's in his
so.
40s, late 30s, early 40s.
Gotta be.
He looks trim enough. He's another one that looks like a war criminal from
He does. He's got the
South
grey in the
American
beard and that. He looks
country.
distinguished. We say distinguished.
Aye.
He's getting checked for weapons on the way into the ring. You see him
Why he's
dusting
getting
him down
checked
for
for
weapons.
automatic submachine guns and maybe
Make sure there's no bloody IEDs, you know what I mean?
a couple of grenades. It's just my balls, man.
Yeah, it's just my guns, man. It's just my guns, bruv.
This is, I got two things, my word and my balls, and I don't break any of them for anybody.
That's it. Here we go. Here, look at the guy in black as well in the ring. Can you see him? The guy in the black stumpy arm with the black gloves. He looks like Mike from Breaking Bad. I'm sure they're bringing the cast in to
No,
see you.
I think it's they're going for a demographic of bald white men.
He does look like Mike, though, doesn't he? You know Mike, the handler, the helper from Breaking Bad. He looks just like
Right.
him. Right, Kyle McElroy he's a hometown fighter from Albuquerque, New Mexico. He's the one coming in now. He's ready to fight. He's ready to go.
Nah,
What's he
this
gonna
bro-
do here?
nah, mate, this brother's getting fucked up. Watch. He's older than his opponent. These two guys are old, but this guy's getting fucked up. I'm
His
telling you
physique
that.
does not match the opponent, does it? To be fair.
No, he looks 20-year older bodily. The other
Tell
guy
you
looks
what, as well,
older.
bro, they've actually missed another 2 fights out here because it was supposed to be McLean against.
Maybe they changed the order, mate, because there's
Yeah, it
something.
must be because it's supposed to be the female fighter Jenny Savage against Crystal Van White was supposed to be for this as well. So they must have changed the whole order because of the hour break. Maybe a couple were pulled off in recess.
This is going to be funny. This one.
He looks bang up for it though, doesn't he, Tattoo Man, Mr. Tattoos?
Yeah, but you watch, just my luck. The other guy, I'll knock this one out now.
Well, it happened in the first fight, didn't it? With that guy who was running and falling over, and then he got one
Why?
punch and knocked him
Henry.
out, didn't he, in the fifth
No,
round?
Henry.
Right, here we go. We're underway, guys. And this
Here we
is
go.
Will Abrack versus Kyle McElroy. Light heavyweight
McElroy could be
encounter.
getting McKindled right here soon.
So we've got
Doesn't
McElroy, he's got the red wraps. We've got
he wants to?
Albrecht in the blue wraps.
He wants to. Oh, he's just took a right hand, then a left, and then an uppercut, and then another right. Oh, he's piecing him up now. I've
He's
seen a
going after him.
seven-piece second combination. Oh, then a lovely left jab. I told you he's getting fucked up, mate.
Yeah, he's going after him. He's definitely going after him.
He turned
He's
his back
Albrecht.
on him there.
Oh, he's just caught him there. Albrecht caught McElroy, and McElroy has to grip up. He's holding
Oh, he
on.
turned his back. Big right hand.
That's a good shot. They're just doing a bit of wrestling at the minute, so both men are feeling it at the moment. Neither looks that technical, really, do they? They don't look that technically aware.
Albrecht has got the tidy of the two. He's got a nice jab. He puts his head back only 6 inches that's required. You put your head back. And the other guy is just awkward.
He's just
He's
coming
taking
out like
shots.
this. Like, literally just doing the old windmill. Oh, he's got him. Albrecht's got him here. McElroy's in a bit of
Oh,
trouble.
two right hands. Put him
I think
up
there's a bit of
against the
damage to
rope.
the eye on the left-hand side of
Nine.
McElroy there.
That eye's done.
Definitely looks cooked.
Albrecht is going to break this face.
Oh, he fell over though, Albrecht there. Trying to get a bit too gung-ho there.
Aye, left hand, left knee. Failed him there. Bit of old man knee there, son.
It just seems like a matter of time, this, doesn't it, before Albrecht gets absolutely starched here. Well, before he absolutely starches him, should I say.
Round one. Aye.
Yeah, I'm not going to bother scoring it, mate, because it ain't going the distance.
I'd be surprised if this goes the distance, Jams, after that first round.
Definitely, mate.
He's
Definitely.
busted up. He's busted him up in that first round. 3,
He
4,
did.
5, at least 5 right hands. Couple of combinations. I seen one uppercut. Beautiful shot. Don't know if he's rolling his tank or this guy doing it.
He's blowing a bit,
Executing.
isn't he? He's blowing a wee bit,
He's
Albrecht.
blowing out of his ass right now.
It really is. Very surprising after one round. Maybe he thought he was going to come and just cook him in the first.
he took a left as he come in, and
Seemed to
that's
fall
what.
over as well. I don't know if he
Actually,
slipped or whether he got caught there.
he did. He took a left as he slipped, so I think that should have been counted as a knockdown.
That would have been the round to the other guy, to
Oh,
McElroy.
they might be calling this off.
Is he quitting?
The eyes done.
No, he's coming back out.
He's
He's
done
coming
it.
back out. Here we go, round two.
Here we
Shouldn't
go.
take long for Elbrecht to get to him now, though. Just got to target that eye, just piece it up.
He can take his foot off the gas if he wants to, just to see this round out and get some puff back, because this guy's messy in
Oh,
defence.
good shot there from McElroy, though. Caught him, but then Albrecht fought back straight away. But bare
Very
knuckle,
well.
you know, just one punch can change the narrative, can't it?
A nice right left combination there from.
Oh, he's
What's his
down
name?
again. Is Albrecht. Did not see that coming, and the rest counting this one. That's a
Yeah,
knockdown for McElroy.
he's got the knockdown. He overextended, used his own force against him with a cuff round the back of the head. Nothing
He's
major.
confident now, McElroy's going after Albrecht. But Albrecht catches him coming in. It's getting brutal. As you
He's
expect on the
fought
BKFC.
3, 4, 5.
Oh, he's
The,
fighting his
the,
mouthpiece out. Did McElroy
he's,
there trying to get a breather?
he's
Yeah, I
throwing it
think
back in
Albrecht's
the
ready to
back
go.
at
Yeah,
it.
Albrecht's ready to go, but he comes back.
Oh,
The action is really heating up here now in Albuquerque, New Mexico.
this is like two uncles at the barbecue falling out.
You know what this reminds me of? That bloody Wakey Wines fight on Misfits. Remember? It's like just two out of shape guys just absolutely plugging away like.
It's good fun. Oh, catches
He
him
just give him a
another
cheap one
two-piece
from
drop.
behind though,
Oh,
give
he's
him a little
turned his
swift him
back.
away.
He turned his back. The other guy smacked him. The referee's
McElroy
not
gave him a
happy.
swifter. That was
Referee
naughty work.
is making sure that Albrecht's all right. 33 seconds to go in the round. Here we go.
To be fair, you don't turn your back though, do you? Defend yourself at all times, mate. You don't turn your back in a fight. I
Referee
don't blame
wasn't happy.
McElroy for going for the cheap shot. I'd have done the same thing, to be fair.
You should
You know what I
really.
mean? I think he would have
Oh,
stuck a bit more zip on it, but I'd have gone for it.
this is a street fight. This.
Oh! Albrecht's eyes now bust open. His eyes
He's
just popped
cut.
like a bloody zit.
He's cut. How's this guy still in here?
Albrecht's eye, though, he was the one that was actually winning the fight originally. His eye has just popped open like a zit, mate, on the right side of his chops. There's some claret really running down them face now. And somehow we got to the end of the second round. I'm very surprised to say that, because this looked for sure to be over.
Oh, it's Albrecht's turn to be in trouble.
It is, mate. This could be the end, you know. It looks a nasty one. I think, luckily, it's below the eye rather than above it, so there should be no
Yeah,
eyesight
it's on
problem.
the cheek. It's on the cheek.
Yeah. I think it was just blood spattering that got up to the top of the eye. But they both look gassed up, don't they? They both look gassed out as hell. They look knackered, mate. Capital K, capital N, capital Ackerd.
I'm trying to do a Watchalong here. Oh, the cat.
You cat's trying to get involved, mate. My dog was doing the
We
same a
were.
minute ago. I got to get
What,
him
what
down.
screens, aren't we?
My dog's called Tyson, mate. He's always trying to get involved in the fights.
It's a good punch there from Albrecht that made the mouth guard come out.
Yeah, I think the mouth guard came out of McElroy about 3 times in that round. I don't know if he was just doing it for labour tactics. Yeah, they're having a look at the eye. This could be the end is nigh here.
It's
He's
obviously
saying he can't see. He's quitting. He's quitting. He's saying he can't see. They're going to wave it off. I think McElroy's quitting here. Yeah, it's over. It's over. McElroy quits.
yeah.
He literally quit. He literally quit. He told the doctor he
That's a
couldn't see
shame
when he
that
could clearly
because
see.
that's a shame that because he was coming right back in that and he had the
He
other guy
was.
up.
So Will Elbrecht gets the win via end of second, start of third round TKO. That's surprising because, like you said, he was coming on. He was landing, and the other guy looked
Yeah,
gassed to hell, didn't he?
yeah.
Albrecht looked gassed, but he gets the win. He's got the win here. And he's very happy with his performance. He's saying, come on, I've got this. He's a happy, happy bunny.
He is.
He's having a little bit of damage treatment himself. I'm surprised at McClellan there. Like, he literally seemed to quit, McElroy. He seemed to quit there. The doctor said, no, you're fine, carry on, carry on. And he went, oh, but I can't see, I can't see.
I mean, it was clear from the start that he was the messier boxer of the two. Albrecht tried to keep a measure of, you know, posture,
Composure, almost.
composure through his boxing stance. But the other guy was making it very hard to be boxing, and rather he made it a street fight. But he lost.
Yeah, he's definitely
He
lost
paid the
there, mate.
price.
He's definitely lost. And the Irishman has to bow down and take a defeat.
But I'm sure he's one of them who, journeyman who he loves the game, just loves getting in the ring and having a bash.
And to be fair, the eye is pretty bad as well. Now you're seeing it in the cold light of day, the eye is pretty bad. He's got the
Yeah,
big welt on his cheekbone, but then he's got a massive laceration above the eyebrow as well, which I didn't notice.
yeah, and
So to be
he's
fair, if that was dripping in the eye, you can understand why he gave up there.
of course, and he's super knackered. He's still blowing out of his ass.
He is. He is. Both of them were, though, weren't they? After the end of the first round, they both looked
Exactly,
spent.
yeah. Both are showing the age there.
Definitely.
I don't know. These guys are inspiring me. I get back in there.
You want to get back out there and start doing it again, Neutral? You want to get straight back out on the street and start popping some heads? I can't, mate. I can't. Last time I did that, last bare knuckle fight I had, mate, I actually won, but then I got a paving slab in the face on the way out the travelling yard.
Right,
I lost
yeah.
like 4 of my teeth, mate. That's how I lost 4 of my teeth.
Them travellers' yards are ruthless places, mate.
But mate, the worst part was it was for 150 quid. You know what I mean?
Aye,
One of the worst days of my life.
but this guy's
Well,
shown he threw some beautiful, clean combinations. And yeah, he just pieced up Is it McElroy?
yeah, McElroy's the one who lost. Yeah,
Yeah,
Albrecht got the win there.
he just took too many clean shots in those rounds, and it just tantamounted to, I've had enough. So,
Yeah, they're just showing the main event now. David Mundell against Donald, which is coming up later on. Big Donald. I love that name,
Sanchez,
Donald. Donald Sanchez. What a name. And this is for the middleweight title. Obviously, David Mundell is the current middleweight champion, so Donald's looking to dethrone him.
absolutely.
Let's hope he's not a dumb Donald Dodo.
Uh,
I'm
he's
pretty
uh,
sure he's not.
he's an absolute knockout artist,
Yeah, man, he's got the record. He's got the record.
but he is up
David
against
Mundell's
another.
he's got 7 knockouts, 9 wins, 1 defeat. Whereas we've got Donald, who's 4-1-0 with 2 knockouts.
Yeah,
But he's done a lot more in other combat sports, but that's just his BKFC record.
yeah.
But
Just shows
he's
some
done
lovely
other
stuff
bits.
from
Yeah.
his catalogue there. Sanchez. Yeah, this is going to be a good headliner. That's the great thing about bare knuckle boxing. It could change like that. 1 minute you're up, like this guy we were watching before, Henry. He was up, he was getting battered for 4 rounds, and then comes out in the fifth, jab, jab, slip, counter, right uppercut. Good night, sweetheart.
Only takes the 1 punch, bro, doesn't it? Only takes that 1 punch.
Unbelievable. Getting pieced up for 4 rounds, jams. And this is what I love about this game. You know,
Same, mate. This is why I enjoy doing these shows with you know what I mean? Because you get to
you
see something
know,
different.
you don't see too many Bruno Solati, Jaime Munguia, scenarios in boxing. Where
That's it.
you're getting dominated for 9 rounds and then come back with a knockout. Bare knuckle boxing is like a a speeded up version of boxing where it's only 5 2-minute rounds, but you get more action in them 5 2-minute rounds of brutality than you would in a typical boxing match because of the
Well, it's
strategy, the skill sets, the close quarter defensive techniques. These guys are hell for leather, and that's what I love about this sport.
it's very similar to what they say about the female game because it's 2 minute rounds, 10 rounds, 2 minutes
Right?
rather than three. You tend to get more action. They come out a little bit more gung ho. They come out a bit more ready to let hands go from the start rather than working your way in,
Yeah,
getting to the fourth or fifth, then trying to dominate. These come out knowing that the first round or two can change the whole fight. You can either knock them out or you can take the point advantage and go on. And it's the same with the female boxing. When people say about changing it to 3 minute, I used to be all for it, but now looking on it, the 2 minute rounds in female boxing gives you that excitement, that entertainment, because they know they can go full burst for 2 minutes. Whereas if it's 3 minute, extra minute can make you slow down a lot because you're planning for that third minute. And then you get 2 minutes of mundane action with the third minute being okay. Whereas when
yeah,
it's 2 minutes, they just come out gung ho, bang, 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 bang. And it just adds a little bit more excitement, a little different element to the game.
yeah.
And it's
If you
similar with
had
these short fights in BKFC.
if you'd have made Tara Serrano two fights over 3 minutes for 10 rounds, you would not have seen them fights
No
the
way
same.
near the action.
Nowhere near it. Because
Definitely.
what they expend in 2 minutes, they have to impress the judges. Uh, and so they go hell for leather. And that's the way they train for 2 minutes, is to hell
Yeah.
for leather. Do as
Well,
much as you can in 2 minutes.
it's
Whereas
like you
three
notice in a
minutes,
lot of the UFC championship fights, neutral, it's similar. You get the
yeah.
5 minute rounds in that, whereas it's normally 3 5 minute rounds in normal fights. In the normal
But
fights, they come out and go hell for leather. But then in the
yeah,
championship fights, a lot of the time it's a lot of grappling, a lot of wrestling, and that's where I lose interest in it.
well,
You know what I mean?
MMA, UFC, a lot of the work is done on the ground. So, you got to love groundwork to appreciate that kind of fight. But,
Hey, I've got a different opponent here, mate. I had this down as Philippe Chavez versus James Dennis, but it's
I,
now Philippe Chavez versus Brandon Honsvik.
maybe this is the reason to delay it. But if you
Yeah,
used to
something's
ask
going
women to,
on.
if you used to ask women to do 3 minutes, they'd have to slow down exponentially because they couldn't keep that up for 3 minutes. They'd be
Mate,
done
I
after
struggled to keep
two
it up for
rounds.
3 minutes.
And
No pun intended.
if you slowed down the women's game, it would become intolerable.
Yeah, I agree, mate. I agree. And let's hope they don't change it. Yeah,
Yeah,
I wonder
so
why they've
obviously,
changed the opponent here. This is strange.
just showing some of his highlights. So he can bang. Just knocked out. Seen a couple of knockouts of his there. Yeah, these things happen. Late replacements, even on the night, especially
Yeah,
bare knuckle boxing. The money is not as great as it is in boxing, but it's good enough to have standbys ready and waiting.
that's it. It's
He
always
looks
good
like
to see.
this
They used
guy
to do
looks
that
like
in
he's
boxing,
just
neutral, didn't they? Do you remember back in the day, they always had a standby on in case anyone
always,
pulled out on the show?
always they had a standby for every weight.
That's
And
it.
this guy looks like he's just been pulled out of the dog and bone arms
He does,
from
yeah. He's straight from the boozer, isn't he?
straight
He's
from
come
the
straight from the
boozer.
local Weatherspoons.
Somebody's lent him some shorts and some trainers, and
He just jumped out the crowd like, come on, I'm down for it.
aye, you can
Can't
tell.
knock 'em, mate. Proper fighting. These are real fighting men.
These are real
Real
warriors,
fighting
mate.
men.
They don't care. Training camps, fuck's a training camp. Get me in that ring. I'll show you what I can do. That's what
They're
you
just
love about
showing
it.
Felipe Chavez's last fight against Leandro Torres. They caught him with that lovely backing up left jab there. That knocked him out.
Yeah, nice
That's a
check there.
cracking shot. I think it broke his nose.
It's a stunner. Put him on his ass.
Definitely, definitely. This should be a fun fight then. Like I said, I don't know much about Honsvik, or his name Hosvik. I wasn't even expecting him to be on the card, so I don't know much about him. But Felipe Chavez looks a talent. This could be an exciting fight here.
Yes. Just
from
about to come to the ring
Albuquerque.
now. First man out will be Osvic with it.
I'll tell you another weird thing, Mr. Neutral. We said about the guy who looked like Walter White, who was on here earlier, the guy who looked like Mike, and it's also in Albuquerque, New Mexico, where Breaking Bad was filmed. How
Oh, there
crazy is
you
that?
go. Yeah. Small
That is
world.
crazy, isn't it? And we've got Walter White 2.0 here with us as well. You know what I
You
mean? It's
got
literally, it's
them
like Breaking
right.
Bad Day. It's National Breaking Bad Day here in Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Uh,
Crazy how things work out, isn't it?
here we
Right
go.
then, let's see what happens here between Philip Chavez and Brandon Hosvik. Should be a good fight. They're just putting some grease on Chavez at the moment
Right,
before he
yeah.
gets in the ring. He's wearing the blue wraps. Hosvik will be wearing the red wraps.
He's also getting searched for weapons.
Yep, checking in for weapons of mass destruction. Checking the gum shield. Yeah, he's good to go. You can tell which one's Chavez by that big tattoo on his shoulder. He's got that big red circle with a thing inside. I don't know what it is, but looks like a bomb detonator.
Looks like some sort of religious
Yeah.
symbolic thing.
He
But
always
he's
points to it when he gets his knockouts. He always points to it and says, "Yeah, that's like that's what done it," sort of thing. So it must mean something to him.
looks like a pagan sort of symbol, but never mind. He looks like he owns that ring the way he went around that ring there. And
Yeah, I
yeah,
think he's going to be. I think he's the smart money would be on him to win for sure.
yeah.
I would
I
definitely say Felipe Chavez is going to take this.
think Horsfield looks a bit too light. As I said, he looks like he's just been plucked from the crowd. As a
He's
late
from
replacement
Hurricane as
there.
well. He's from Hurricane, Utah.
Utah.
Hurricane,
Remember the,
Utah.
remember the Utah Saints back in the day?
I remember Utah Jazz, the old basketball team. I used to use them on NBA Jam back on the Nintendo back in the 90s. Utah Jazz and Orlando Magic.
There we are, Chavez, another Mexican cartel looking member.
He's from Socorro.
Yeah, looks a mean man.
He looks ready, doesn't he? He looks intent on business. All right, we're just about to get underway here, guys. Joe Cocker, the referee, is just calling the men to the centre of the ring. And we are about to get down to business here. Don't blink, because this one might not take long. We've got Felipe Chavez versus Brandon Hosvik. Chavez with the blue wraps, Hosvik with the red. Chavez looks much the bigger man.
Oh,
He's come
yeah.
out firing, but Hosvik catches him. But, oh, Chavez straight back on the attack.
Oh, my goodness, this won't last long.
This is going to be a quick one, this one. Oh, big shot from Chavez. Hosvik's backing up. This could be a first round Bobby Jobby here.
Nice left cross there from Chavez as Osvic was backing up.
Caught him again coming in as well. Rushing in. Hosvik got caught again.
A bit more boxing technique from these two. That's nice to watch.
Yeah, there's definitely some substance to their style.
They're not overreaching, overextending themselves. Osvic trying to throw that jab out to open up the face of Chavez.
He's looking for the opening against Chavez. Oh, he got caught there coming in to Chavez by Hosvik.
Yeah.
Needs to be careful of that because it's bare knuckle fighting. Oh, he's down. Hosvik gets caught with a cheeky jab that puts him on the seat of his pants.
It was the same jab shot that he done. Sorry, another thing. It's the same jab shot that he done in his previous fight that was shown on.
And it split his face wide open. You've seen the claret all down his chest. It's just
Yeah,
ripped his face open, that has.
he's
That's
opened
what the
up the
knuckle can do,
cheekbone.
mate. These knuckles are dangerous. Tell
Cheekbone.
ya,
The
they're
razor
like little
sharp.
sharps, aren't they? You know what I mean? One of them on you, they can really cut you open.
Nice
Hosvik's a
jab
matter
that
of
was.
time before he goes to sleep.
Oh, overhand right round the ear. Made him stumble. Comes back. Trying to throw a
Chavez
jab
is
out.
tuning him up. Oh, he's got him again, and he's dabbing at his nose. He's telling the ref to end it. Chavez was telling the ref, like, call this, call this. He knows
No, it's
he's got
still
him right.
coming
Wait, wait, this
back.
is over. This is over. No, the round is over. They've allowed it to go on. But I'm telling you, Chavez was telling the ref to end the fight. He was saying, look, get him out of here. It's just going to end one way. It's going to end one way, and that's knockout.
Yeah. He's too big. He's about 25 pounds bigger than his opponent here.
At least. Like a left jab put him on the seat of his pants, literally, a left jab. It only
Joshua,
grazed him as well, but split his face open as well to boot.
aye.
So,
Joshua Heath says Morel was Benavidez' hardest opponent for sure, but he did more damage to Benavidez than any of his other opponents.
yeah, it didn't even put him down in that fight as well.
Aye, Morel put Benavidez down.
Yeah, he did. Like, last but one round or something, wasn't it? Did we
Aye,
do the watch along of that neutral on
we
Boxing Media
did.
Hub?
We
Yeah,
did. But they took a point off Morel, didn't they,
that was
previously?
it. To make
Now,
sure he didn't get robbed.
for me, A, Benavidez didn't win that fight. But B, Benavidez has been very lucky in receiving a belt for free.
Yeah, they
C,
basically stripped Bivol. They forced
they
Bivol to give that
stripped
strap
Bevel
up.
for nothing because Benavidez was next up anyway. Now Benavidez will not fight Bevel, will not fight at the top there. He will fight in Vegas in house fights. See this Callum Smith talk? Forget that. It's not
Smith's
happening.
fighting Yard apparently now. Smith's fighting Yard.
Yeah. So they're talking about these names, clout chasing, and he'll end up fighting either Gavostic or Jesse Hart, who
Yeah,
are BBC fighters
a
in
nice
Vegas.
walkover fight.
You watch Joshua. You watch who Benavidez is fighting next. There's no one who you think, because I'll tell you why. Benavidez has got a 12-month exemption from mandatories, by the way, by the WBC being elevated. This is another reason. So he can sit on that belt with BBC for 12 months and cherry pick who they want. It's an absolute disgrace to boxing. But back to the bare knuckle, mate.
Yeah,
And Rosvik
Chavez
is
is still
going,
in control, completely
this
in control
Rosvik's
here.
getting fucked up here.
He really is. He's fucking him up real raw. He's not
He's
even
tucking up,
rubbering up,
he's
mate. He's not
tucking
even
up his
johnnying up.
shoulder now to his face, trying to keep Chavez away. Oh, another jab gets through from Chavez. This is
This
a
is
bit of
one punch from being
a bully
over. This is
show.
one punch from being over.
Oh, there's another one that got through. Surely the referee's got to be looking at this thing and this boy's taking too much.
And his
Another
face is a
jab.
bloody claret mess.
You know, Rosvik, give him his due. He's brave.
Tough as a badger, mate. Game as a badger.
But, you know, he looks like a beetroot in there now. Another jab hitting the left eye.
Oh, he's down again. He's down again. I think the
Left
ref
hand
did
hitting
call it a
down.
knockdown, though. He didn't call it.
It was a left hand for me. Should have been.
Yeah,
Oh, there's another one. End of
I
the
thought it was
round.
legit.
Another jab at the end of the round. He's holding his hips.
I'll be surprised if Hosvik comes back out for this round. I really will. If Hosvik comes out for this round, I'll be surprised because he's being
Brave man if
pieced
he
up.
does. But he's getting.
Chavez looks cool.
He's not in a good way there.
Now, if I was his corner, I'd pull him out, save him for another day. He's clearly not ready for this kind of step up against Chavez.
Chavez hasn't even got a mark on his face.
He's barely broke a sweat. They're trying to put Vaseline on him, and he's like, it's just nothing on me, mate. Got no sweat, no cuts, no bruises. Barely been touched. Look at the face of Hosvik as well. His face is an absolute mess.
Oh, just
He
watching
keeps
that
going for that
jab.
left side of the eye and nose. Wow, he's cutting into ribbons.
He's got no defensive movement, Horswick, at all.
No, he's going to go here. I can't believe he came out, but he has. So we're underway for round 3 of 5. If this goes 5, I swear I'll eat my cap live on stage. Literally, if this goes 5 rounds, I will eat this cap live on this stage. I won't even use a fork or any barbecue sauce.
Excuse me a minute.
All right, here we go. Chavez is going after Hosvik again. Hosvik just needs to start letting his hands go or just doing better lateral movement because he's just getting pieced up every time he comes forward. Chavez has got the answer with that left hand. The right side of Hunsvik's face is an absolute destruction job. But he's still firing back. He's game, man. He's a game lad. But here we go. He's piecing him up, Chavez. The end is nigh. It's got to be over soon. But Hunsvik, tough as ever. He's just banging away to the body. He's not giving up. This man's built different. If you could see the claret on his face, guys, he is an absolute mess. But he's still coming in, still trying. Typical BKFC fighter. Absolute warlord. Chavez just looking for that one shot now. It's going to be a left hand. It's going to be brutal when it comes. It better come because I don't want to be eating my hat live on stage. So you better make it happen soon. Flicking out the jab is Hunsvik. He's gained a bit of composure here. Oh, big shot from Chavez, and that makes him absolutely flustered. He doesn't even know what he's doing. He can't even see. He's
Well,
staggering around like Bambi on ice.
I just seen that.
How the
Uh,
ref didn't stop that there. Get this man
it's
out of
going.
there, man. He's going to get fucking hurt.
It's gonna.
Get him
It's
out
going
of
to be
there,
on.
ref.
It's going to be on stupidness now.
He's done, man. His goose is cooked. Put a fork in him, he's done.
He's
The
getting
whole
beaten
kit
up
and
now.
caboodle.
Come on, ref, stop that shit.
I can't believe he's let that get to the end of the round there. That was over. That needed to be stopped.
Yeah, his corner needs to pull him now.
They do, man. Save him for another day because that guy's getting pieced up. He's
Let's
getting the
see
old
what the
chicken
doctor
two-piece with
says.
sweet corn and coleslaw. He's getting the whole shebang.
Let's see what the doctor says. Yeah, but this should be stopped.
Surely this is going to be stopped. Surely. To fuck.
There's a right hand. It looks like he fractured his face.
Oh, that one, yeah. And he started covering up like he was literally, didn't even know where he was. Didn't know what planet he was on.
Yeah, I shake that one off. And he was stumbling.
Almost sent him to the gulag, as Rico would say. Let's see
Yeah.
what happens. Is he going to come out for this round? I'm not so sure he's coming out for this fourth. No, he's coming out, man. Fucking game lad. He's a game lad, mate, this Bonzik.
His game is fucked down.
It really is. But just one punch now. One left hand from Chavez should see this over. What's happened now? They're making the doctor have a look. Didn't the doctor just have a look at the end of the round?
Yeah, the referee's not happy. He wants the doctor to have a look.
Was it two? Yeah, it's over.
Yeah,
No, he's letting him carry on. What the fook? I cannot believe he's letting him carry on. His face is a mess. The brutality of BKFC, you gotta love it.
yeah, good day, Albo. How you doing, man?
Big up,
Thanks for
mates
calling
there.
through.
Down under. We'll be back on Sunday for Jai Opataya, mate, against Dominic Squayo, Claudio Squayo, should I say.
Claudio,
Make sure you join us for that.
the IBF European Cruiserweight Champion.
Oh, he's
Up
down
against.
again. It's Hosvik. Hunsvik.
It's a push.
I don't even think Hunsvik can see with the blood that's there now. He's just getting rocked around the ring.
Oh, went to throw a right, ducked down. Sanchez clapped him again.
Yeah, it was sad to see Terra Moana Jr. being off the card for Sunday. Devastated about that because I was really looking forward to him
Yeah,
against Chaipal Singh. But Chaipal Singh's got COVID and that fight's been cancelled from the Tasman Fighters show. So we're not going to get to see Big Terra Mona this time, which is unfortunate. Big Terra Moana, should I say.
and good afternoon to everybody in Australia. You're watching us right now.
Definitely. And roll on Sunday, mate, for Big Jai's return. Cannot wait. One of my favourite fighters in the world is Jai Opataya. Also, look,
Every,
Max Money, Max McIntyre, Austin Aircuso. Can't
yeah,
wait for them guys. Xavier Fletcher. Some of my favourite fighters, mate. I've interviewed all three of them. Absolute gentlemen.
give us your thoughts in the chat. What you think about Sunday's fight? How you see it going? What problems Opataya may have or may not? Give us your
I don't
thoughts.
see Squayo giving him any problems, to be honest, bro. Oh, big
Oh,
shot. Massive shot there from Chavez.
yeah,
How is this man still standing? Am I going to have to eat my hat?
it was like a slap more than a punch.
But his face is an absolute claret mess.
I don't know how he's still being allowed to fight.
I genuinely do not know, mate. I genuinely do not know. It's good job I got a spare hat if I have to eat this one. This round, he's got to get him out of here. He's got to.
The only thing we don't know about Claudio Squeal on Sunday is the fact that he's never been beaten. We don't know how well his chin will hold up. Yeah, it
That's
was
it, mate,
definitely a
yeah.
slap. He's slapping him now. He's not punching him, he's slapping him.
I don't think he wants to hurt him. He kept telling the
He
ref to
doesn't
call
want to
it.
hurt him. He's slapping him. He was doing this with the slaps.
Open hands, like almost clawing at him.
I
Like
mean,
he's
it's
trying
not
to rip the cut
illegal.
open to make him end it.
It's not illegal, but you can clearly see that Sanchez is feeling sorry for this guy, and he's taking it easy. He's slapping him. He's not punching him.
Well, in the first round, neutral, he said to the ref, he said, "Come on, stop it, just stop it." That was
Been
in
a
the
lot.
first round. We're now in the fifth.
This has been a torture show.
It's been an execution, public, mate, a public execution.
A slow one.
And this is only at welterweight. Imagine if these were heavyweights taking these kind of licks. Man could end up with brain damage. Well, Chavez has got to get him out of here now.
Oh, another two-piece chicken combo goes in there. Another leg thrown in.
He's
He's going to get
definitely
the
looking for
chips and
it.
coleslaw and the gravy now. Pepsi on the side.
Oh, he's ready to go here. Surely this is the end.
He walks into them yet again. Sanchez goes to work, but still this belligerent bastard won't go down.
He will not go.
He's a
He
tough
just will
hombre.
not go.
He's throwing jabs from like 6 foot away. He's never going to reach, and then an overhand right. Sanchez just steps back. Gives and subs him up.
Doesn't seem to want to get him out of there now, does he,
Yeah,
Sanchez?
he
Chavez.
doesn't want to hurt him. He doesn't want to hurt him. Slaps. There's the slaps.
The left jab just rocked him again.
It shows he's got a heart, Sanchez. I'll give him that.
Yeah, he needs to do his job, though, and get him out of there. Just one punch will do it. One left hand for Chavez would win this fight against Honsick.
I think so. But as I said, Hosvik's proven very tough. But he has been taking it easy on him. He's not rushing him or anything like that. I think he waits for Hosvik. If Hosvik gets a punch in, then he'll start holding up with the fists. That was a nice jab again. That hurt right in the nose. There's a right hand. There's another right hand. It's backed up on the ropes again. Claret is everywhere.
He looks a mess,
Another
doesn't he,
right hand.
Honsick? That's the end of the fight. That's an absolute mammoth win for Chavez. Absolutely dominant, one-sided beatdown.
Whereas he didn't, I mean, no mark on his face. Absolutely loved it in there, but you can
Just can't
clearly
believe what he
see
does for
that
the stoppage.
he took it easy on the guy, but the guy was probably braver than he was, more intelligent. He should have quit. He was never going to knock this Sanchez out. What was the point in going out in that last round?
Pointless, just took more beating.
His eyes are almost closed up. He's cut up, but then that's the sport.
Yeah, look at the lumps on his head as well. He's got lumps and all kinds of lumps and bumps on his napper.
Fortune favours the brave and the bold.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Chavez giving his four-sided ring salute. He's happy with his work in there. Covered in the other man's blood.
Not a hero out of place.
Absolutely covered.
Not a hero out of place.
If the order's right, we should have Derek Perez against Rick Caruso next. But the way it's gone so far, it could be bloody anyone. So we'll just see who comes out, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It literally could be anyone. Let's just hope it's not a long break.
Still a few fights to come yet.
Yeah, we've still got, if it's going in order of how it should have been, we've got Derek Perez, Rick Caruso next. Then it'll be the co-main Murat Kulmatayov against Leo Bercia. And then the main event of David Mundell against Donald Sanchez.
Very good. Very good.
which is for the middleweight BKFC title, by the way, the main event.
All right.
A fantastic fight. Let's see what happens. We're waiting for a scorecard here on this fight, although we don't need one because it's going to be 5 rounds to zip.
Oh, yeah, that's going to be unanimous here.
Respect to the guy, though, man. He took some beating in that fight, didn't he? Hogsvich took some beating and still stayed in there like a true warrior.
All right.
Got to give him his props for that. Absolute weapon in there, mate. Absolute dangerous weapon.
He's a brawler. He's got a good solid jab. And that was his weapon of choice there tonight. And as Horsfitz was stepping in, too easy.
Yeah,
Good
it was
stuff.
too easy.
Good stuff.
It is. I just can't believe we didn't get him out of there. I've got to have a hat meat sandwich now.
Horsfitz looks like a Norman soldier from when they had that cross thing. The nose
He
piece
does,
coming
yeah,
down.
he does.
He looks like he's coming out the Crusades or something with his face.
And look at that. There's not a single mark on the face of Sanchez there.
I know. I
Chavez,
mean,
sorry, Chavez. I keep calling him Sanchez. His name's Chavez. I keep calling him Sanchez.
Chavez, he still looks fresh as he can go another 5 rounds.
He does. Fresh as a
Yeah.
daisy.
He's like the Mexican Tony Bellew.
Yeah, the Mexican bomber.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's on the UG.
he's obviously a confident, character. Is Felipe, and
Yeah.
yeah, I look forward to his next fight on BKFC. It'll be 76 or 77.
Yeah, definitely, matey. Yeah, probably against Kurmatayov if he wins tonight. Maybe them two are
Oh,
going to meet up. Heck, that's what they usually do with BKFC, don't they? The co-main and the main are normally set up for the winner to face each other.
I'm still trying to log everything down about BKFC. We've only been starting showing it in Red Corner Boxing in the last 3 months now.
Well, we've been going 12 weeks on
2 months.
Monday, brother. 12
Aye.
weeks on Monday.
So we're nearly 3 months old. Red Corner come Monday. Uh, great journey it has been so far. The huge arms, and as a channel, we're growing very, very nicely. 1,200 subscribers over,
Yeah,
and
I think we're on
yeah,
about 1267 or something now.
it's absolutely tremendous, and truly appreciate everybody's support for Red Corner Boxing.
100%. And if you're
And
watching us now and you don't subscribe, make sure you do head over to the channel Red Corner Boxing and give us a subscribe. And follow Mr. Neutral at Neutral's Corner on X. And follow myself at Jam's Boxing Chat on X. So you can DM us if you want to do a partnership with us. You want to get on the channel. You want to come and do a prediction. You want to do a watch along. You want us to come on your channel. We are open to all boxing or combat sport opportunities. And you can
and
also email us at redcornerboxing99 at gmail.com.
yes, let them do that. All interaction is welcome. We will get back to every single one of you that
Every
comes through.
time.
And mark my words, people. Red Corner Boxing in 5 years' time will be the UK's #1 boxing media channel.
No
I
doubt
share
about
you
it.
that. And just keep a bookmark on this channel and where we're going to be going. All sorts of plans are in action and being made
Definitely.
for the
We're going
future.
to be doing a lot more live interviews soon as well with fighters. We've been staying off the interviews at the moment because we wanted to build our subscriber base first. Like I say, we've only been going 12 weeks on Monday. We've got all the contacts to get the interviews. It's not a problem. Trust me. We can get
You can get
interviews every
anybody.
day of the week.
You can
But
get
we're trying to
anybody.
save them till we've got enough subs to make it worthwhile. You know what I mean?
I've got American boxers DMing me saying, "Why haven't you called us on?"
Exactly. So we've got it covered. So don't worry about that. If you think like why aren't you interviewing no fighters, it's literally because we're trying to get a subscriber base first before we
It's
do
when
the
we're ready,
interviews.
brother. It's when we're ready. We come for you.
So it's
So
all good.
yeah, but that's the plan, and hope you all follow us and enjoy the journey. But the protection leagues, the watch-alongs, the news desk, the fighter
Prediction
series,
shows.
I'll be doing the fighter series this week on Chris Eubank Senior from the 1990s up until when he retired. Go through what he achieved and what he went through in that show. I'll look forward to that and presenting Chris Eubank Senior. Sort of a little bit, 11 obituary, if you like. He's still here, obviously.
Definitely.
We're definitely going to give a bit of a life story. This is your life moment.
Yeah, that's it, mate. Giving a man his props. He deserves it.
That's
Chris
it.
Eubank. He's a tremendous ambassador for British boxing. He was a gentleman in and out of the ring. His son's now carrying the flag for England as well in the boxing ring, as he
Absolutely.
did against Conor Benn. The man deserves respect, and Mr. Neutral, we're paying that respect to him on Tuesday night at 10 p.m. UK. So tune in on Red Corner Boxing.
Yeah, that's the plan. 7 days a week. One day we'll be doing, filling up the calendar with events and everything. It's all going to happen.
Most
Yeah,
definitely.
well, we
Most
can't wait to
definitely.
get the interviews going. That will be the target.
Yeah, well, I was going to wait till we get to about 1,500 subs. Once we
By
get
the
to
end
about
of
there,
June. By
then
the
there's
end
enough
of June.
people to tune in for the interviews, you know what I mean? I didn't want to be doing interviews while we got a couple of hundred subs, because it's not worth it. Got
No.
people like Josh Padley who's willing to come on. We've got Terry Harper. Got plenty of people, mate. Got
Jay
Jean-Pierre
Metcalf,
Augustin,
Brian Norman
Trevor
Jr.,
McCombie.
Trevor McCombie, Jaleel
Lots of people.
Hackett, uh,
That's it.
many others, many others. We got professional boxers in our group chat, for goodness sake.
That's it.
Connections, we got connections everywhere. Our
Toretta
reach
Metcalf
is
could come on
far
again. We
and
love having
wide.
Shay on, don't we?
Name a city, I'll have someone in your house within 20 minutes.
That's it. That's how we roll on Red Corner
Checking
Boxing.
on you, make sure you're all right.
Definitely. Right, I'll be back in 2 seconds, mate.
You on you go. Now, also this Saturday or tomorrow night, we've got halftime hard talk, and that is at midnight tomorrow. And that is it's a bit of a two-in-one show. It's a review show and a debate show, and it's at midnight, and that is between the UK shows that are going to be finished and the US shows that's going to start. Obviously, we were hoping that Keyshawn Davis and De Los Santos was going to be a main headliner. That proved not to be happening, and we will be looking forward to Abdullah Mason through the night as well. Yeah, there's all sorts on this week. So we've got that debate show tomorrow night. If you want to be a part of that, make sure you tune in. We will put the StreamYard link out in the chat. Everybody can join in. Just keep it respectful when you come onto the channel. No abuse, no silliness, no nonsense. Yeah, you'll get the necessary respect back. We love to hear all what you think about the reviews of the British card with Fabio Wardy, Justice Ernie, Callum Simpson. He'll be fighting a homecoming in Yorkshire and Barnsley. And then we'll debate the US shows to come. And obviously, we'll talk about Nakatani on Sunday and Opataya on Sunday as well. We look forward to that. So, halftime hard talk, that's tomorrow night at midnight. Yeah, join us. It'll be fun.
Most definitely. And next up, mate, here on the BKFC 75 from Albuquerque, New Mexico, we've got Derek Perez versus Rick Caruso. And they're just about to come to the ring now, so this is the next piece of action, guys. Rick Caruso is just coming to the ring. Let's see what happens in this one. It's been a fun night so far. We've been going for 2 hours and 5 minutes. We've got through a few fights lately, which is good. The first fight took a while. Took an hour for the first fight, but we got there. And
Oh,
now we're going to Derek Perez, Rick Caruso. And Rick Caruso coming to the ring looking very confident, uber confident, some would say. This is clearly a bit of a lighter weight. I'm not sure exactly what weight they're in. I'd say probably lightweight looking at him, but I don't actually know.
this is like a featherweight. I
Yeah, it
mean,
could
bare
even be
knuckle,
feather. Yeah, could be
no,
feather.
bare knuckle boxing is no. He's a bit taller, maybe a lightweight. but their weight categories are totally different. It's the same with MMA, totally different than boxing's weight category because they're not as fit. You know, these guys are, most of them are running around 16% body fat. Although this guy's not, he's about 8%, 10%. You carry a lot more residual weight than your normal lightweights, but they class them as lightweights. Derek Perez. He looks a
Last
little
out against Micah Livingston.
he looks a little bit like what you call him.
Keith
Um,
Thurman.
no, Muhammad Ali's son, but with a beard.
Oh, Nico Ali Walsh.
His grandson, yeah, Nico Ali Walsh with a goatee. He can bang this boy.
He was holding him down and just licking him up, weren't he?
He's allowed to. You're allowed to in bare knuckle, but you can hold a man and punch the hell out of him in bare knuckle. If you allow yourself to be held and punched, that's your fault. That's what bare
Definitely.
knuckle boxing is all about. There's none of the referee won't get involved with that. If you've been held and punched, that's your fault.
I think the only things are no kicking, no
No
what they call
elbow,
it,
no
fish hooking,
kicking,
where they
no
put the finger in
heads.
your mouth, no fish hooking and no eye gouging, innit?
That's right. You can't use your fingers. You can't use your. This is why I was a bit surprised with the
With
last
his
referee
slaps.
when he was slapping because you can use your fingers
He was
and
literally
you
like
can, you
clawing,
know,
weren't he? Like scratching him almost, like just
if
trying
he
to
was
cut him
getting
just
him
from
in
the
the
side.
eye, he could
Yeah.
blind him. So,
He's got his prison tats here.
mate, all these
Derek
boxers
Perez.
look like they've just got out of the jail. It looks
They
like
really do on this one.
they've just come out of like 8-year murder charges.
Teardrops on their eye and that.
MS-13 fucking on the knuckles.
Honduran cartel coming up in here.
Every single
El
one of them.
Salvador.
It must be the thing. I mean, if I'd have looked like that in the 80s and 90s, mate,
Life would have been over.
nobody would have talked to me.
That's it.
My own
Different
family would
nowadays,
go,
though, isn't
what
it?
the
Everyone
hell
has
is
it on the
wrong with
face
you,
now.
boy? But, look, it's an image, is it? It's an image thing. This is the look of BKFC. Tatted up, raided up, didn't break the
Fair
beard.
play to them.
Used to
Shakuna
be,
front to them, mate. Each to their
that's
own,
what
isn't
we,
it?
that's what we, us Scots used to do back in the day. We braid our beards because they were bored, waiting for the English to come and fight.
Yeah, I can imagine. I can imagine.
Uh,
William Wallace style.
right. I
Can't
said,
go wrong.
give me 50 Scousers and 50 Jogs and I'll beat 100 Americans.
100%.
Smack shit out of them.
So we've got Derek Perez, hometown Berlin.
Do you know what I would enjoy watching, James? I don't know if anybody else enjoys watching this. It's, it's like hooligans in the ring, about 12 on each side,
All right. I've not
right?
seen it.
It's like a massive octagon, right? They put like 10 skinheads and like, just to distinguish between two sides. And yeah, it's all for one for all. So that's quite fun to watch. It's pretty over in about 2 or 3 minutes,
I
to the
bet it
last
is.
guy. And there's about 5 referees in the ring as well, and
I'll
they
have to look.
stop
I'll have to look for that, mate. I've not seen that one yet.
they stop anybody getting seriously hurt. So once you're down, you're out. You know what I mean? Once you've been knocked out, that's it. You're out of the game. So
Yeah.
it's last man standing, basically. Fun to watch.
I'll
Well,
have to
these
give that a
two
watch
guys are
over.
going right in the first round, and Perez is going to work on Caruso, who's up against the ropes, hitting the back of the head. Whilst he's holding Perez, referee was not happy with it. Obviously, you cannot hit in the back of the head.
Their styles are a bit off, aren't they?
Well, you got a southpaw in Perez, and you got the orthodox, so they're jabbing each other's knuckles right now. Look,
Perez just looks like he's almost like one of them flies that, them stick insects that jump at
he's
you, but
got
they both feel like a praying mantis.
right.
He's
He's
got
good
that
when
sort of style.
he's good at a flurry of punches, but he's got zero defense. Perez does not know how to move his head from left to right, back and forward. So
And
he's
he's
going to get.
holding his hands out like pinchers as well. He's doing this.
He's trying. What he's got to do is try to grab the hand and pull it down, and then come over the top. That's an
Not
old
very good when you
technique.
want to throw a punch, though, is it?
Now that's where he's got his hands open, so he can grab the other guy's fist, pull it down, and come over the top. Like he tried there, but then gets tagged. Oh, Perez! This other guy, Caruso, giving it to him now.
He is having a go. He's having a go.
They clench up, let go. Oh, swing and miss. Perez backs him
Perez
up.
still looks
Now
in
he's
control, though. Oh, they're going to war
oh,
now.
they go into war,
That's the
swinging
end of
on
the
each
first
other,
round. I'm surprised
clenching.
we've seen the bell.
End of the
There's a
round.
bit of damage to the eye there of Perez.
Perez, right eye, right there, cut.
Yeah, he's got a bit of a welt and a bit of a cut. It was a crazy
Good
first round,
round.
very unorthodox first round.
Enjoyed that round.
Yeah, it was fun to watch, but not much boxing technique, not much
No,
skill going
not
in
at
there.
all.
Just
As I
kind
said,
of wailing.
no guards, straight in, clench, punching each other whilst they're holding each other, get separated, come back in, rush in. Yeah, good stuff. Entertaining to watch.
I love it, mate. I love it. I love
If
this. What I love
nothing
doing
else.
BKFC with you, neutral. It's just something different, isn't it? We're so
I
used to
do,
watching like boxing, where it's so skillful and they're so technical. And sometimes I'm gonna say it, boxing can be boring to some people.
it can be
Sometimes you just
because,
want to see two men in the back of a pub car park having a fucking row. You know what I mean? And this is what you get with
isn't it?
BKFC. I love it.
Isn't it, Nick?
It really is fun to watch. It was like when we
There
done that
you go.
Misfits card. For as bad as Misfits is, it was fun to watch because it's just two guys who have no technique, just absolutely beating the shit out of each other.
Aye.
Sometimes it's fun to watch. You know what I mean? As bad
And
as it is, it's fun.
it's
Whereas this
funny.
is a lot more skilled.
It's funny watching two non-boxers
Like
fighting
try and
under
box.
fighting under strict boxing conditions.
That's it.
It's yeah, it's fun.
Yeah. Did you see my post earlier about Joe Calzaghe said he'll fight Jake Paul for £10 million?
Oh, Jake Paul would never. Jake Paul wouldn't fight a 60-year-old Joe Kawasaki.
Definitely.
They're a different breed, the Welshman.
Calzaghe would
Yeah.
outbox him all day, mate. Carl Froch would batter him, so imagine what Calzaghe would do to him.
Aye, Carl Froch wants that Jake Paul fight so badly.
He seems to, doesn't he? I love the Cobra, but he mentions it a lot for someone who don't want to be mentioned.
Aye, certainly does. I heard David Hay was coming back,
Yeah, I've seen this as well. David Hay wants to have a comeback.
and who else wants to come back?
Oh, there was one that was really bad. Who was it? Oh, who was it? There's one like well past his prime,
Yeah,
and he was a legend as well. But I can't remember his bloody name now. But he's like well into his 50s.
it'll come to me. It'll come to me.
Yeah,
But there seems to be this trend of
yeah.
celebrity boxing now that you're getting all the old ones or the older boxers, in their early 40s to 50s that are now thinking they've seen Mike Tyson.
Well, they never
Um,
made the money in the day. Like a lot of them, I know Mike Tyson did, but a lot
exactly.
of them never made no cash. So they're seeing the money in the game now for fighting people like Jake Paul, and they're thinking, I want a slice of that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hawkham Ringside Live. Yeah. Keyshawn Davis is off. Yeah. That
Yeah,
was
it is
off.
off, matey. Yeah,
That was called off 3 hours ago.
yeah.
Um,
They wanted Keyshawn to pay the full purse or have a 10 a.m. weigh-in and come in less than
no,
£10 over the weight.
they wanted the 10 a.m. weigh in, and he used to
Yeah,
be no more.
and the
He used to be
£10
no more.
rehydration.
He used to be no more than 10 pounds than what he weighed in at.
Yeah,
And he used to give up his full purse, which of course Keyshawn Davis is not going to do. In other words, it was making it Keyshawn Davis call the fight off.
yeah.
You know, Davis was going to enjoy something like a £15 advantage at the end of it. Did you remember against Lemos? Lemos coming like £6 overweight.
£11.
£11, right?
£11.2, I think it was. Yeah.
Yeah, and Keyshawn still fought him, but he put on a massive a very small rehydration clause on Lemos in order for the fight to go ahead.
And he took
So
his full purse as well. Well, 75%, I think it was, of his purse as well.
75% of his purse. So it's ironic that that would happen to him now. And this fight was obviously going to be for a lot more money. And that's the businessman wasn't
Oh,
really
sorry to
businesslike.
interrupt you, Neutral. Caruso's gone down, claiming back of
Yeah,
the headshot, but I think it was a decent shot. The ref's counting him. He's in trouble here. I think
yeah,
this is
he's
over.
carrying him.
He's not getting up. Oh, he's up, but he's holding the back of his head still. He's claiming back of the head damage. And just to Hawkham, mate, if you're still watching, Abdullah Mason is now main event for that card.
Yes.
So he goes above both the Keyshawn Davis brothers, Keon and the other
And
one. I can't remember his
Kelvin
name now.
Davis got
Kelvin.
before main event.
Because Keon only got added late, didn't he? Keon was the third DB3 brother that got added late.
Yeah.
Right, this should be over now.
Oh, nice shot from Perez as he come in. Caruso.
He's got him round the back of the head and he's just piecing him up now, giving him the old
He's
chicken
holding
1-2
him.
combination.
He's uppercutting him. Still holding the back of his head.
He
Caruso's
looks
still trying to
bent, does
punch his way out
Caruso.
of it. Perez, the smaller guy, though, by some 4 inches here. He is giving it to this boy, the taller man now. I love the way he holds him by the right hand and then uppercuts him. He's
Yeah, he's
got him
piecing
down.
him.
He's done it. He's pieced
Yeah,
him
it's
up.
over. It's over. That's all she wrote.
That's
Caruso
all.
stops. Davis gets the win.
Good fight for the wee man.
Sorry, Davis. Derek gets the win. Bloody hell, I'll get the name right once today. Derek Perez wins against Rick Caruso.
Messy, but entertaining to watch.
Yeah, solid win. Solid win.
Love the way he held it. Uppercut, 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 dropped.
That's another win. He looks gassed himself though, Perez, doesn't he? He looks tired himself.
Right. He looks like somebody's psychotic cousin that
He does.
gets phoned up whenever there's trouble in the village. The slight wreck there. He's fucked.
Yeah, Hawkins saying that we've only got 14 fights this weekend now for
Oh,
the
that's
prediction
true,
league.
Hawkeye. That is true. As
Yeah,
I
mate,
know,
yeah, we have.
rub off
To be fair, I think we all went for Keyshawn anyway, so no one loses any points. We all went for pretty much the same thing, didn't we? Keyshawn stoppage, I think.
we did. Well, actually, no, everyone went for Keyshawn. On hindsight, I would have gone for De Los Santos now.
Yeah, you said that the other day, yeah. When we done the prediction, didn't you? You thought
Yeah,
Evan
because
was coming into it. Maybe
there
that's
was
why
something
Keyshawn's
off.
done what he's done.
Did I mention in the prediction show there was something off about Keyshawn?
You did, mate, yeah, you did. And you said that you fancied it. Oh, has your home feed gone off neutral?
Yeah, they're working hard to bring your event back as soon as we can.
Yeah. Oh,
We
my
need,
days.
we need to put a pound in the Wi-Fi meter over in the States.
The zone
Put a
need to
buck,
sort their shit
put a
out.
buck in the meter.
They need to
I
do
got,
something, don't they?
I knew something was off with Keyshawn Davis in his behaviour and the way he was conducting himself in the press conference on yesterday, sorry, and then that spat with young Abdullah Mason.
Yeah, that makes me laugh, man. How he tried to school Abdullah when knowing he weren't going to make weight.
Yeah,
And
but
apparently, according to Bob Arum, he didn't even try and make weight.
there you go. So therefore, he's pulled a Floyd Mayweather. And Ryan Garcia, who was advised by Floyd Mayweather that this
Pretty
kind of
embarrassing, though, isn't it?
strategy pays off. David Benavides, he missed weight, didn't he?
Yeah,
The
he has
strength.
done.
So, American boxers and boxing as a state right now, it's not very good. It's not got a good name.
They just don't seem to care, a lot of these boxers. They don't
I
seem to care
think
about making weight
it's,
anymore.
it's the egos are too big now. The likes of PBC and Turkey Al Sheikh have been spoiling these boxers now with
Yep.
these stupid bosses. And, the money's gone to the heads. Absolutely. And you've seen that with, not only with, Haney and Garcia in their fights, they've taken it easy, knowing that these other fights have been banked and made up for them, previously to before these fights, and it took their minds off the game and what was in front of them, especially Garcia and Rolando Romero. And he was another one that proved that because he'd sparred or he'd fought with Garcia many times in the amateurs, he had got the feel for him, rather much like Ramon Rhodes for Tank and the way Garcia done with Haney. But these guys, these these fantastic the four princes, as I call them in America, of Haney, Teal, Garcia, and Tank. Princes, they're not kings. There's nothing kingly about any of them.
No, just spoiled boxers.
Spoiled wee brats that play a dangerous game. And they're playing with the fans' emotions now. We got the Salita show with Franchon Cruz Dizon tomorrow night versus Satali Ortiz for the super middleweight unification. That's another one we could be doing as well, Jams.
I think that one's on now, mate. That one's on now.
Now,
Yeah, it should be.
on Friday. Oh yeah, it
Yeah.
could be. Yeah, it could be.
Tomorrow's the Beatrice Ferreira one.
Yes. We can't get that though, can we?
Well, it's on at the same time as the Keyshawn show was supposed to be, so I suppose we could
Yeah.
now. We could
No,
do the Beast against Ferreira,
it's not
because
on UK TV.
what, Beatrice? It's on DAZN.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's on DAZN, mate. MVP DAZN.
What's the one that's not available on UK TV then this weekend?
That was the Canadian one yesterday.
All right.
Yeah, we missed that one. Hawkeye just said it's on now. Wake up, Mr. Neutral. Thank you, Hawkeye. Yeah,
Mate.
that's Franchon Cruz DAZN one. That's on now, matey.
It's
What are we
half
at?
past 3 in the morning. Well, look,
25 to 4 in the morning. Thank you, Hawkeye, my brother.
well, we're going to give this another 5 minutes, Jams. If this
Yeah.
broadcast does not come back on, should we do the Franchon Cruz Dizon fight?
Yeah. Hawkeye, if you're still with us, matey, how long till the main event on that one on the Salita show? For the Franchon Cruz DAZN fight, if you can let us know. Because if this don't come back on, because our streamer's gone off, we might nip over and do that one instead.
Absolutely.
Might as well while we're up, mate, you know what I mean? Rather than sit here watching a blank screen. Yeah, we apologise to any BKFC fans who have tuned in for BKFC 75, Mundell versus Sanchez. There is absolutely nothing we can do. The live stream has gone off. They're saying, sorry for the interruption. We're working hard to bring your event back as soon as we can. So there is absolutely nothing we can do. We cannot talk you through the fights because we cannot see them. But the last fight we seen was Derek Perez, who stopped Rick Caruso. And there's still supposed to be the main event and the co-main event to come. But as we stand at the moment, we might not be able to bring you that. But thank you everyone for tuning in anyway. And make sure you hit that subscribe button while you're with us here on Red Corner Boxing. Got loads more coming soon. We're going to start pumping out the interviews, as we said earlier, if you're just joining us now. We're going to start banging out the interviews as soon as we get to about 1.5 thousand subs. Because there's no point in doing interviews with no people watching. You know what I mean? So we're going to wait till we get a decent sub number. Then we're going to rattle off a load of interviews. Probably daily. You know what I mean? Oh, here we go. I think we're getting back in.
Are we back?
BKFC 75 by Triller. They've switched to the Triller view, mate. They've had to get the Triller subscription now.
Oh my goodness.
They've had to switch it to Triller instead of the Zone.
Is Franchon Cruz on his own now?
Yeah, she's on the zone as well, yeah.
Right, I'll watch that. You watch this, and we'll see how we get along. Or is it, it's
Okay,
the
mate.
core main? It's only it's the core main actually that's on now. So we'll stay where we are for now.
Oh no, Hawkins said it's round 5 now. Co-main Cruz to Zone versus Ortiz. Who's winning,
Is that
Hawkins? Who's winning? Who's winning? How's Frank Chong looking? Is she looking good?
is this the Tweet Moreno card?
I don't know who's headlining on the Cruz to Zone one, but it's co-main. But don't worry about that one. Hawkins will keep us noticed on that one.
All right. Oh no! Wait a minute. Salita proposal. Got it. Brandon Moore card. That's right.
Brandon Moore. Yeah, it's a Salita promotions card. But stick with this one, Neutral, anyway. We're back on now, so
Yeah.
it's come on with a Triller feed. So we're all good. Well, they're showing Christine Ferreira now. So she fighting next. Have they added another one to us? It's been a crazy evening, man. This BKFC, I tell you, they've messed it right up on some of them. They're just showing us bare adverts now. The fuck is going on here?
So it's like we got round 7 then.
Is that the Franchon fight?
Yeah.
How's she looking so far? What you've seen?
Uh, I've just seen about 10 seconds in that last round. Just Franchon beating the hell out of this girl.
Ortiz.
She's a lot smaller than Cruz in
Yeah,
height,
Franchon Cruz Design is a big girl, man.
but she's grown a bit, Franchon. Just a few words with
She's
the
the
trainer.
champion as well, isn't she? She's the champ.
She certainly is, yeah. Is she unified 168 pound or is she undisputed? But this Ortiz is banging away though. Oh. So you back on yet, James?
Yeah, mine's come back on now, but it's still got adverts.
Right. It's not a good fight at all, Hawkeye. Quite agree.
Thank you, Hurkan. That's what I was waiting for. I'll let you know when it's about to come back on Neutral, so you can jump back on it, mate.
Salita Promotions having a bit of a hard time now with some legal issues and boxers that have left the stable
Well,
to
they've just lost Shanika Johnson, ain't they? Sugar
just
Neeks.
lost Shanika. I think they're going to, he's going to lose Clarissa.
I'm going to say it's just Clarissa to go now, isn't it, for the female game?
Yeah, I think he'll lose Clarissa as well. And that will lead to, obviously, that'll lead to other boxers making an exodus as well. So he's got some
Yeah,
work to do to keep his boxers and to continuously put on shows.
definitely.
Of course, we got the Jermaine Franklin this year as well. So he's got a lot on his plate. But whilst we're not getting any coverage from the zone on the bare knuckle boxing, I can tell you now it's round 7 of 10 and a very messy fight between Pancho Cristazon and Ortiz. The smaller, chunky Ortiz trying to keep a distance away from the jab of Cristazon, who's throwing that out with passion right now, followed by an overhand right that gets tagged by Ortiz on the way in. End of the
Hawkins
round.
just said Salita Promotions has signed a lot of new female fighters.
All right, yeah. He would need to keep up
Yeah.
to refresh the stable.
Yeah, they've got to because
But
they're losing a few as
are they
well.
as high profile as the ones he's lost? I would say not.
No, not yet. Not yet, but you never know. They could become that. We'll have to wait and see on that one. But I think next up we've got the co-main event, which is Murat Kilmatov against Leo Bercia. So that is going to come up next here on BKFC 75 from Albuquerque, New Mexico. We've had a little bit of problem with the stream, so that's why we're taking a little bit of a while between fights, guys. It's nothing we can do about that. So stick with
Yeah,
us here on Red Corner Boxing. We will get back to the action as soon as we are possibly able to. I think they're just
meanwhile,
about ready to call them to the ring, hopefully.
meanwhile it's round 8. Tuesday's on.
Does she look like she's winning, Neutral?
I think she's winning comfortably. Ortiz is throwing wild punches that on the back of Cruz on jab, follow through. She looks the more tidier, easy to the eye for the judges. Cleaner punches. Ortiz is scrapping right now. I think that's been I would imagine this pattern that I've seen in the last 2 rounds has been what's going on in the first 6. So I would assume that Cruz Dazon is well ahead.
Yeah. Well, Hawkins already said from Hawkins Ringside Live that's been a pretty poor fight.
Yes, if the first 6 have been anything like the last 2, then yes, it's messy. It's not very pleasing. He's just got Franchon's Cruz Dazon trying to throw out a jab. Ortiz comes flying in, and then an overhand right from Cruz Dazon. Seems to be a repetitive action. They
Yeah,
clench, they
on this one, mate,
separate.
on the BKFC, they're just doing a rundown of all the fights we've already seen now. It's gone over to the Triller feed, and it's just showing you the fights we've actually seen already.
Yeah,
So they're showing Bobby from earlier, Bobby Emre, when he knocked out Casey Yates. After Casey Yates was in full control of that fight as well, wasn't he?
absolutely for 4 rounds. And then the
And then they're
fifth
showing
round,
Brian McLean against Skylar Muller. Muller just mullered him in brutal fashion.
oh yes,
That shot was beautiful. That overhand right was a thing of beauty. Slit his face to ribbons. He knew as soon as he landed it, he didn't even try and hit him again. He just pulled away because he knew that fight was over. And then we went to Felipe Chavez against Brandon Honsvik. Honsvik. How he got through that round, I'll never know.
no, I don't. One tough guy.
He was, because he was wincing a lot. He was
Oh,
backing up a lot.
listen to this Boxing Hall of Fame 2025 inductees: Kenny Bayless, Harry Gibbs, both referees, Al Gavin, the cutman, Randy Gordon, broadcaster, Greenberg, TV producer, Rodrigo Valdez, old timer.
Vinny
All
Paz
right.
as well, though, isn't it? Vinny Paz is in there.
These are like people that are behind the scenes. There you go. Signed a lot of female fighters like G. Keneally, Lee, Lanny Daniels. Lanny Daniels I've heard of. Kay Scott,
She's the one
Ashley
who's
Ann.
fighting Clarissa Shields, Lonnie Daniels.
Yeah.
Kate
Lazada.
Scott, Ashley Ann Lozardo, Olivia
Yeah.
Curry, Samantha Worthington, Caroline
I've,
Veyra. That's a good one.
I've never heard of any of them apart from Lanny Daniels.
I have. I've heard of Caroline Veyra. Is a good boxer, very good boxer. Kay Scott's a good boxer. Lozardo, sorry, is a good boxer. Some good work there from
Right.
Felicia
Well,
Promotions.
yeah, you know, it's nice to keep topping up, but none of them are household names like MVP have signed, and
No,
the levels are just
Sugar Neeks
literally
probably
low.
was better than all of them, to be fair, but at least they're signing some. They're the only ones other than MVP who are even interested in women's boxing anymore, aren't they? So At least they're
How
keeping the rivalry alive.
I wouldn't be surprised if they lined up Shanika a long time ago, and they were waiting for the right moment to present a fight to her that she would sign for, because she's left Salita pretty
Well,
sharp.
she'd only just signed a contract with Salita. She'd just signed a new
Exactly.
contract.
Whether it's a fight by fight contract,
Oh,
I don't
sorry.
know.
Lou DiBella. It was Lou DiBella Shanika
Ah,
Johnson
Luther
was with,
Bella.
not fucking Salita.
That's right. Sorry, that was my fault.
No, I
Uh,
said that wrong, mate. I said that wrong. It was Lou DiBella she was with.
yeah, Luther Bella. He's another one that's lost a couple of fighters to MVP as well.
That's what I mean.
She,
DiBella and Matchroom are just seem to be getting rid of all their female fighters. You know what I mean?
yeah,
They all seem to be
she,
going. It's only
no, she met.
Salita and MVP that are even bothering with the female game now.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll
I
tell you what, you're
tell
going to
you,
enjoy this guy, Neutral. If you're back on it, mate, this one, Kolmatov. My God, mate, this guy can bang.
is he back
Murat
on?
Kilometov. He's a proper banger, mate. Wait till you see this guy. Oh, yeah, Hawkins just said Shanika Johnson was with DeBella. That's what I was saying a second ago, yeah. I don't know why I always get DeBella and Salita mixed up for some reason. Even though one was a fighter, one wasn't. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm
But yeah,
not a fan of
Salita
Luther
and
Bella.
MVP are the only ones who even care about female boxing anymore. Matchroom, Queensborough, they've all gave up on female boxing. They don't even bother anymore. And it's so sad to see. That's why Chantel Cameron and the likes, Layla Ali, have all had to go to MVP. There's nobody gives
Yeah,
a fuck anymore. You know, no one's paying them out. Oh, look at this, mate. Kilmetov has got a 4-inch reach advantage. He's got a 4-inch height advantage.
oh,
5-inch reach advantage, my bad. Same fist size. And actually, Leo Berciart is actually heavier. I'm surprised at that. The betting odds are minus 714 for Kilmatov.
nah, he just looks like a Russian Terminator. Right, mind you, Butcher looks like, I don't know, he's just escaped president. All these guys look like psychotic escapees from prison. But
Really do.
that's the sort of character you're getting with, in these types of sports now. UFC was the first, MMA was the first to like be that sport that was more brutal than boxing, and now bare knuckle boxing is the sport that's matching MMA, but on the feet. You know, I prefer watching BKFC to MMA all day long. So I'm
Oh,
not,
me too, mate. Me too.
I'm not, I'm not a great fan of watching men wrestle on the
I
ground.
can't stand it when they start grappling. I just can't bear the grappling. It's just the wrestling side of it just does me. If I wanted to watch men in pants wrestle around, I'd go back to prison, mate. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if I want to
Hawkins just
wrestle, I
said
wrestle.
GBM Sports and Izzy for doing good for female boxing.
Aye,
Oh yeah, I suppose so. I suppose so. Not to the same extent as
it's
MVP
on
and
a
people like
smaller
that. But
scale.
I get your point.
Yeah, it's on a smaller scale, but they get it. I mean, you got Frank
Yeah,
Hennessy as well.
I like what GBM are doing. I like what GBM and Izzy are doing.
They're
They are
still
doing good.
growing, still growing. They're doing really well. They're coming on strong.
But yeah, look at the
I,
war colours on Kulmatov. Are you back on the BKFC now, Neutral?
oh yeah, I'm there now.
Brilliant, brilliant.
Just looking
Here
at
he
Leo
comes.
Butcher.
Kilmatov is coming out. Did you see the tattoos on the other guy though? My God, man, he's got all red flares down him. He's got all sorts going on his
That's what I
chest.
mean. He's escaped from a lunatic asylum.
He literally looks like he's just got out the bin, straight out the bin, bro.
Kolmatov looks like he's just got out of the Ukrainian army. Been on the front lines for 3 weeks.
You know he's coming teak tough, mate. You know he is. He's the BKFC version of Artur Beterbiev. Kilmatov. He's a
Pure
dangerous
monster.
motherfucker, mate.
Yeah, pure monster there.
Just hope he's not taking the same kind of injections, apparently.
This could not end well for somebody here. Two big punches.
Hey, did you hear about Jin Sasaki's been accused of juicing? apparently.
Uh, no, I haven't heard that, James. That
Yeah, yeah. A couple of Japanese people I was chatting to earlier on the channel were telling me that apparently Jin Sasaki in Japan is very well known for steroids, for juicing. Apparently. They were
um,
saying how the most of Japan are behind Brian Norman Jr.
well,
and not Sasaki because Sasaki is a known juicer.
with it being a WBO bout, there will be uh, there will be obviously drug tests
Yeah.
done. I would
And you never know
imagine,
how true it is as well. You know, they could have just been they just don't like
yeah,
Sasaki, you know. But that's what they were saying. I had like two lads in there in the chat speaking in Japanese, and I was having to translate it. And they both were saying that no one likes him over there in Japan because he's a juicer. Because
right.
he likes, and they sent like
No
injection
smoke
needle
without
injections.
fire. There's no smoke without fire in these cases, and
Yeah.
especially coming from localized sources.
Well, Norman's
Um,
massive over there. They love Norman over there, don't they? In Japan, he's been training over there for months. They really do like him over there.
he's a great fella, Brian, and his father. We speak to them here at
Yeah,
Red Corner
right. Norman
Boxing.
Senior's cool. He's a cool guy.
Here's my first interview on Red Corner Boxing,
It was. It was.
and we will keep in touch. And I'm actually going to text him later to see if he's heard this.
Yeah, you just don't tell him where we heard it though. Don't like give the channel name for it. Just ask him if he's heard.
All right,
But yeah, definitely, mate. That's what they were saying. That he's a known steroid user, apparently. I have to
allegedly.
keep saying apparently because otherwise, if he sees it, we can get sued. You know what I mean? So
Legally is the allegedly is the legal term.
yeah, allegedly, apparently, it'll both work for me.
He will
Right, here we
work.
go then. We're underway here. We've got Murat Kilmatayov against Leo Bercia. These are two big boys.
I was
It's the
just about to
middleweight
say,
title fight. Sorry, the middleweight title fight is next. I'll tell you what, this Bercia looks bigger than I thought he would. He looks a big boy, man. He's got a belly on him and that, but he's a big boy. But you know how these Russians move, man, and Kilmatayov is going to be dangerous. He's got that Artur Beterbiev look in his eye. He's got that stat. He's got that wobble. He just looks like he's ready to throw hands.
Kolmatov's got a very old style of fighting. You can
That
tell he's
Russian
got
style, isn't it? It's that Russian style.
keep the low guard. Left hand is by the hip, keeping it away. Nice right there on the counter from Kolmatov. Butcher went in for a right, missed over the shoulder, gets checked left hooked again. Oh, Kolmatov catches him with a big right, makes the big man stumble. There's
There you
another
go, mate.
left
The
coming.
HH Diva, the heavy hitting diva. Franchon Cruz Dizerne wins by majority decision.
Oh, he's down, Jams. He's down. Kolmatov's raising his hands in the air. The other man looks done. Just getting the referee's count. He's not
Oh, this is
getting.
over. This is over. His face has been slit open. Mercia.
Yeah,
Mercia. He's turning his back. The ref called it. It's over. It's over. It's over.
big jab.
Kalmazov, first round stoppage.
Split the eye open.
Pieced him up, mate. Pieced him up.
I knew it'd be a quick fight, that one. Two big men like
Definitely.
that. That
Russians don't
Kolmatov.
play around, mate, do they, when it comes to boxing? Russians don't
Yeah.
play.
And he's back to the front now. He's been whipped away after this fight. Back to
Yeah,
start.
definitely. That was quick and easy. So we just got the main event to go then, guys, from Albuquerque, New Mexico. And that is David Mundell versus Donald Sanchez for the middleweight BKFC title.
Yeah.
So stick with us for that.
All right.
But yeah, the HH Diva, again, like I said before, heavy hitting diva. Franchon Cruz Dizerne has won by majority decision over Ortiz tonight. So she's
It was.
retained her title, but it sounds like it was a close one. Majority means two went one gave a draw. She got the
I would.
win though, so the
I
heavy
would
hitting diva
imagine
moves on.
there was talk of Clarissa Shields finally coming around to the idea of fighting Franchon Cruz on for titles, but maybe she was saying that when she wasn't getting fights. Now she's got, obviously she's got that fight with Lang Daniels off the back of the fight with Habzon. What was her name?
What, the one who Clarissa beat last time?
Yeah,
The
Habzon, something like
43-year-old Canadian.
that. Yeah. Anyway, um,
Abazin, not Abazin, no.
something like
No,
that.
it's left me, mate. It's completely left me. Hawkan will
Uh,
know. Hawkan will tell us.
says, Clarissa was like in a bit of a rut with getting fights, now that Savannah Marshall signed over to MVP, there's that there's that carrot, isn't there, with Clarissa? Although she doesn't get on very well with Jake Paul, there's always business seems to win at the end of the day when it comes to these situations. And I fully expect, although Salita's been good for Clarissa, and she's been good to him, I
Definitely.
think that at the end of the day, money talks.
Yeah.
And
Just
if
to respond to my account, he said, yo, what fight are we on? We've just seen the co-main event, mate. Murat Kilmatov has just stopped Leo Berciot in the first round. Absolute walk in the park, absolute demolished job. So we're just waiting on the main event now, mate, between David Mundell and Donald Sanchez for the middleweight BKFC title. Well, thank you for tuning in, mate. Please hit that subscribe button if you don't already. Hawkins Ringside Live has said 95, 95, 96, 94, 98, 92 to Cruz Dezern. That's some crazy scoring right there. How did one have it a draw, one have it 98, 92? That's madness, mate. That's what's wrong with boxing at the moment. That's everything that's wrong with boxing.
as I said, some of these judges don't know what they're looking at.
That's it, mate. It's just crazy business.
It
It's
must
a
have been a
dirty world we
mistake.
live in, people. It's a dirty word.
It was very close to be a draw, says Hawkan. Oh, there you go then.
But yet
Maybe
one
the
judge had
one,
it 98, 92. That just says how mad it is, doesn't it, Orkan? You know what I mean?
maybe the guy that had it 98, 92 was well out, and the guys that had it 95, 95, 96, 94 were
Could have
right.
been. Was it as bad a fight, Hawkan, as you thought it was at the start, like halfway through? Did it stay as bad, or did Franchon turn it on later on? How did it end, bro? Let us know if you can.
Maybe Ortiz had the better of the opening exchanges in the rounds,
That's a possibility.
and Cruz Dezon, had the better back end of the fight. Just watching that Kolmatov being interviewed now there before
Yeah.
that co-main.
The
You're
Russian's a
obviously,
beast, mate, isn't he? The Russian's a beast.
he reminds me of somebody, a boxer, can't remember right now,
He's like a
but
small Artur Beterbiev.
without the beard.
Oh, just like his,
Right.
I meant his style, like the way he fights.
Oh, right, I see what you mean now. I thought you meant the looks.
Oh, no, not the looks, no. He does look like someone, actually, though, doesn't
He
he?
does. I can't mind who it is right now. He reminds me of a boxer.
Oscar De
Never
La
mind.
Hoya's love child with Beterbiev. You never
Oscar
know.
De, Oscar De La Hoya and a Russian woman. Can you imagine it?
That's it.
A love child.
You never know. You never know.
So, what else have we got coming up this week, mate?
Well, we've got tomorrow night, of course, we're going to do the Callum Simpson, Ivan Zuko watch along alongside the Fabio Wardley against Justice Hooney watch along. We're going to do both. We're going to have split screens. We're going to walk you through both fights simultaneously, unless they do the right thing and schedule them so they're not at the same time. I don't imagine they'll do that because you know what boxers are like. They're going to try and compete even though they're going to get smashed. Most people are going to watch Fabio Wardley for sure, unless you're from Barnsley. And then later on in the night, we're going to be doing what was the Keyshawn Davis versus Edwin De Los Santos show, which is now the Abdullah Mason show with the two DB3 brothers fighting on the undercard. We're also then going to be doing from 10 a.m. Sunday morning, Jai Opataya versus Claudio Squayo. We might do a couple of the undercards, although Terra Moana's off that card now. So we might look to do someone like, I don't know, Max Money McIntyre, someone like that. Always good fun to watch. Who else on that
Oh,
card? Austin Ayakuso might do him too. Depends how sprightly we are at 10 a.m. on a Sunday morning.
let's hope
But
we can
yeah,
fit. let's hope we can fit in Nakatani on Sunday morning as well.
That's it, yeah. Well, I think Nakatani should hopefully be around midday, I've been told. 11 to midday, so
Yeah, they're
we should
not
be able to
as.
finish the Jai fight, hopefully, and then get to that. But if not, if they're at the same time, we'll have to do the same again, just split screen it.
I believe the Jai or Pattaya ring walk in the UK is 10 a.m. in the morning, and the ring walk for Japan is 11:30.
Okay. I was gonna say, I know the show starts at 10 a.m. because it's 9 hours difference, isn't it, from Gold
Yeah.
Coast?
No, the card starts at 5 a.m.
Oh, bloody hell. So we've got the undercard from 5. Well, we'll be on that then, mate. We'll do the whole fucking thing then. Let's do the whole
Jai or
thing.
Pattaya will be on. His ring walk is 10 a.m. UK time.
Cool. Hawkan said it wasn't any good fight at all, but had it close, could have been a draw. So it really was that close. So
It really
Franchon,
was.
again, very underwhelming, just like she was against Shady Green.
Yeah, and Savannah Marshall as well. She beat her and convincingly in my eyes as well.
She is very hit and miss, though, isn't she? Let's be truthful. She's very hit and miss. It's Franchon Cruz's turn. She can look $1 million, then she can look like very ordinary, very pedestrian.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, here
Right,
we
here we
go,
go.
main
Donald's on
event.
his way to the ring. Sorry to interrupt you, Neutral. Donald's just on
No,
his way
you're
to
right.
the ring. In the main event, Donald Sanchez is on the way to the ring, ready for his main event fight for the middleweight BKFC title from Albuquerque, New Mexico, against David Mundell. This is the fight we've been waiting for. We've got the records here. We've got David Mundell. He's got a 9-1-0 record. He's got 7 big knockouts. Donald Sanchez has got 4 wins, 2 knockouts. He's lost the once. He's never been stopped. So let's see what happens here. This should be a fun fight while it lasts. Smart money for me will be on David Mundell. But Donald Sanchez can bang. He's got some pop as well. He's got 50% knockout ratio. Let's see what he brings to Albuquerque. He's coming out in his cowboy hat now, is David Mundell. He's ready for it. He looks calm, cool, calculated. He's ready.
Hawkeye says Caressa Shields believes 19K will come to her fight in Detroit on July the 26th.
I guarantee
19,000
you she won't even
Caressa.
get 10K there. I guarantee 10K won't even be there.
So
Guarantee
it's
it,
a
mate.
big.
And she's
Let's
been
hope
doing the
her
tickets for
fan
like
base.
35, 40 quid as well. And I bet you still you won't get 10K.
Let's hope her fan base live up to her expectations.
I love Clarissa, but she ain't selling no 19K, mate. Not in a million years. Have you seen the undercard? No chance. Absolutely no fucking
Well,
chance.
yeah, well, I will have to see. I agree with you.
This should be
Right,
fun.
just waiting for this main event to start now.
Hawkins says, I agree. Clarissa Shields talks too much shite. She does, mate. She does. But you gotta love her, though. You gotta love
So, mate, far too, far too much shite. And she's her own worst enemy with her tongue sometimes,
her. Well, she's
and
got Papoose
probably
now feeding her
one
full
of
of
the
bollocks,
main
isn't she?
reasons.
Old Papoose is giving her all the loving she needs.
Terrible married man acting like that.
That's the thing, though. Now she thinks like she don't need anyone else because she's got Papoose. Good luck to her, mate. It's not going to
Oh,
help you when you're in the ring.
the ring numbers are looking good. DJ Pat, if you're watching, you know what I'm talking about. Good, good fucking
Indeedio.
grief. Good, my goodness. Right,
Got
enough
some
of that.
cannage. No tomato cans on this BKFC show.
It's enough to distract the boxers. They're looking
It
away on
is.
purpose. I can't be looking in the middle of the ring.
Yeah, we've got 3 scoring judges for this fight. Andrew Glenn's the referee for this middleweight BKFC title fight. So this is a proper fight, mate, this one.
Esther Lopez,
Who's going to
Dominic
take the gold?
Montoya, Andrew Glenn is your rep. Very
Bloody hell, they
serious
are
looking
carrying some
individual.
cans, aren't they?
I
Just
do
noticed the two
agree. There
girls
was a
again. They got some
question on
panic.
Twitter. There's a question on Twitter. Should referees be younger?
Yeah, listen to this
It's a very
neutral.
good question.
Hawkan said Clarissa Shields also
Yeah,
said super middleweight and heavyweight are the best divisions in female boxing in the ring. Bloody what has Clarissa been
she has
smoking
to
tonight
say
on
that
that boost,
because
man? They are the
she has
worst
to
two
say that.
divisions in female boxing. The best divisions are obviously the lightweight division, super lightweight division. That's where the money's at. The Serranos, the Katie Taylors, the fucking Chantel Camerons. You know what I mean? What is she talking about? Heavyweight is the most restricted boxing division in any boxing, men or women's, anywhere in the world.
Well,
Lani
you know,
Daniels, yeah, she's the first
it's
ever
it's it's that
Maori to have a heavyweight
competitive,
title, but she ain't no fucking world beater.
mate. It's that competitive that they had to
Daniela
amalgamate.
Perkins, neutral. Daniela Perkins was the one she beat last time.
Yeah, you know,
43-year-old Canadian, Daniela Perkins, Clarissa
right?
Shields.
That you know, those divisions are so competitive that they have to amalgamate two, three belts into one fight for two divisional belts, light heavyweight and heavyweight. How does that work for Clarissa Shields?
It's crazy, man. She just chats waffles at times.
But you know, she gets given these inaugurations, these vacant chances, and that's why her resume and her belt collection is so high. Because her first, I think her first four belts were vacants. One, two were inaugurations that were made for her. You know, being an Olympian, straight out into super. They made super middleweight for Clarissa Shields. They didn't have a super middleweight division. They made that division for her.
Is that where she
So
fought Savannah Marshall?
yeah, so Savannah Marshall won a belt. Clarissa Shields fought for three. Well, she didn't fight for three. She fought for one. She was
Got
given
handed the other two.
two inaugurations and a vacant. So she hasn't actually beaten the champ. She's beaten what, two champions in the whole resume. Uh, one of them was Habazin,
Yeah,
and the other was Savannah.
yeah, that's it.
Uh,
We're underway here, guys, anyway. We're actually underway.
oh, here we
It's
go.
started now between Mundell and Sanchez.
You can
We've
tell the
got...
standard in this main event is a lot higher than
Oh, these are proper boxers, mate. These are proper fighters.
yeah.
They're throwing some lever as well. We've got Sanchez with the red wraps. We've got Mundell with the blue wraps. The current champion is Mundell at middleweight in the BKFC.
Yeah.
I tell you what, Sanchez looks lively here. Oh, but he's just been caught. Oh, he was almost down. The ropes kept him up. He was about to go down. It's a big shot there from Mundell. I was just about to give Sanchez props for looking good. Oh, down goes Sanchez. He is being massively outclassed here.
Oh, sorry. Hawkins put me restraint there. Harbison wasn't champion. I can't
He was a
remember
little shorter.
I can't remember who the other champion she beat then. But out of all the belts, they've all been, most of them have been vacants and
I know
inaugurations.
who it is as well, but it just won't come to me at the minute. I know exactly who it is. I had the same conversation with someone in the space of it. Oh, he's just knocked him out. This is over, surely. This is a one-sided beatdown for David Mundell. David Mundell is absolutely pummeling Donald Sanchez here. He survived the first round by the skin of his teeth, and he even went to the wrong corner because he was so dazed. He's being absolutely pummeled from pillar to post.
Yeah, that left hand that put him down was a beauty.
He's a killer.
Uh, Mundell put his arms in the air. He knows he's got this fight.
Yeah,
Sanchez,
it's completely outmatched here.
very
I tell you
dazed.
what, this David Mundell, he had one boxing match and he lost it. I think if he went back into boxing now, I think he could do all right, you know.
You have to ask Hawkins, who's the heavyweight she beat who had the belt? Was it a light
Daniela
heavyweight?
Perkins.
Was it she had a belt? Right, that was the
I
one.
think she had a belt. Yeah, I think she had a belt. She was 43 years old and only had 6 fights, but I think she had a belt.
And she done all right, Perkins as well, because she rocked. Um, she rocked Clarissa in the last round.
There was one other as well. There was one other heavyweight that she beat, which was a proper joke of a fight. There's no talent in the heavyweight game in female boxing other than
No,
Clarissa.
there's very little at super middleweight. All the talent is at lightweight and downwards.
Like Lani
Welterweight,
Daniels is got 2 belts. She's the first
welterweight.
ever Maori to hold a heavyweight title. She's the first ever Pacific Islander to hold a world title. But she's not had many fights and she's not fought anyone of any real quality.
Yeah, this
And
Mundell
when
was a
Clarissa
bit.
beats her, it won't be a big scalp, you know what I mean? It's just another absolute walkover for her.
Yeah,
It's like they've
this
made the division just for Clarissa.
this
And I'm a
Mundell.
Clarissa fan as well, so I'm not saying this to badmouth her. You can only beat what's in front of you, but the way she goes on, you think she were knocking out Floyd Mayweather's every week. You know what I mean? And she just ain't. She ain't that. She ain't that. Savannah beat her
Yes,
in the
you
amateurs and could have beat her
can't
in
be.
the pros. Didn't,
You
but could
can't.
have.
You can't clout chase off men for crying out loud.
Well, she wanted to fight Sean Porter, didn't she? She wanted to fight many men, many, many men. Who were the other ones she wanted to fight? Austin Trout. She wanted to fight fucking
Jake
so many of
Paul.
them.
Jake Paul.
Oh yeah, she wanted Jake Paul. Yeah, Jake Paul would knock her out one punch, man. Let's be real. And he's not even a real boxer. Just
Most
because of
men
his
would.
man strength, he'd knock her out.
Most men would knock her out.
Nick Ball would knock her out, and he's what 5'2". Oh, I'll
Back
tell
of
you
the
what,
bare
Sanchez
knuckle.
is coming back into this now. You know, he's just landed a good couple of shots there on David Mundell. He's really starting to have a go here.
This is
He's
high
composed
level.
himself.
This is high level bare knuckle boxing.
That second
Uh,
round, Sanchez really started to show some skills. I thought
he's
he was
got,
gone after that first round, but he started to come back into it. And Sanchez is giving the champion a little run for his money now. And he
he's
landed some good shots there and really got himself into this fight. It's very intriguing. At the end of 2 rounds, I'm giving that a round apiece, bro.
no, I still give that round to he
To
was just
Mundell, to the champ.
yeah, he
I
was
gave
just
that. Sorry to interrupt you, mate. I'd give that to Sanchez. I just thought Sanchez just had a little bit about him in that round, landed some clean shots. Took some as well, but look at that stiff right hand. Beautiful work. He done that a few times. I was very impressed with Sanchez's recovery in that round. Nice straight left there as well from the champion. It was an even round, to be fair, but I'm just going to edge it. Just edge that. Just to make it interesting, I've got it one apiece. Got to keep the excitement in there, ain't you?
yeah, he got a beautiful right hand jab through the pipe at Sanchez there. But he
He
also
did.
took a big left shot there from Mundell, and then he covered up straight after it. But listen, a high level bare knuckle boxing between these two. Get out of the way, these two gentlemen.
You can see the difference, mate, in this fight compared to the rest of them tonight,
Aye,
can't you?
he reminds me a wee bit of John Ryder, in the way he fights.
The gorilla.
Uh,
That's
yeah,
who that other guy looked like. You know when you said about the Ruska looking like someone, he looked like John Ryder.
yeah,
He
without
looked
the
like the
beard.
gorilla.
This guy
That's who
looks
it
like
was,
him with the
Neutral.
beard.
That's who it was. He looked like John Ryder. You know the last
And,
fight when you said who did that Russian look like? He looked like John
yeah,
Ryder in the face. He did.
aye,
That's the guy.
very similar. Christina Hammer, that's the one. WBO middleweight champion.
Oh, of course,
And
Hammer, yeah. Christina's a good
yeah,
fighter, man.
and if you look at that, the
Long in the tooth, though.
WBC and IBF, they were both inaugurals. So, but it seemed
Oh,
to
big
crack.
shots coming in from Mundell. He's chasing his man down now. Sanchez is down. Sanchez is down.
Oh, it's an uppercut to set it up. He stunned him. He stalked him, and then he put him down.
Big
Beautiful
cut
right.
on the face as well, and the forehead
He's
of
a, tell
Sanchez.
you what, this Mundell is some fighter. He pieced him up there on the way to that knockdown. Very, very good high level bare knuckle boxing there.
Yeah,
And the
Clarissa
man,
Shields, mate, has beaten Daniela Perkins, as I said before. She beat Vanessa Lepaja Joanisa for the WBC title. Savannah Marshall, Marcelo Cornejo, the Spaniard. That's who she's beat for world titles.
how many of them were vacants?
Two of them, two out of the four, mate. Two out of the four.
There you go. So how many champions has she actually beaten?
Well, two, yeah, two. Still two.
There you go.
I think Cornejo was vacant at the time. Hawkan will probably know better than I do because it's a bit of a while ago. I'm sure that was a vacant title against Cornejo. That was wiped down at welterweight or super welter or something. Or even, but might even been lighter than that. It's been
I
a
guess
while, mate.
what
It's been a
I
while.
guess what I'm trying to say is that, because of her Olympic background, she gets that
An
sort of,
easy movement.
yeah, the belts made for her by the WBC, all the inaugurals, all the vacants that suddenly became available.
There you
And
go.
then
Hawkins just said Vanessa Lesage Joaniso was world champion. Yeah, that's what I just mentioned,
and
mate. So
then
yeah,
and then
she's a
you get the
WBC champ.
and then you get the scenario where they made one fight for two divisions of belts. I mean, that's absolute it, nonsense.
It is. Right, here we go. Mundell's back on it against Sanchez.
And
He's
one,
really going
and
after his man.
in fact, it was three because one of them was an interim as well. Back to this though, and again, Mundell, he's a savage in there.
He looks the boss, doesn't he? He looks the boss at the moment. He does look the boss. He's stalking Sanchez now. He's stalking him. Sanchez still popping back. Still looks dangerous in there. He's just got to wait one more punch. I can see one punch ending this. We're in round 4 of 5 here. BKFC 75 from Albuquerque, New Mexico. Mundell versus Sanchez. Mundell in
Yeah,
complete control.
he's just countering Sanchez nicely now. Sanchez has to come forward. Mundell is just setting up lovely traps, makes him come in with a jab, blocks it, comes back with a devastating left hand. The southpaw
Yeah, we have the
style,
last 2 rounds to the champion. So it's pretty wide now.
the southpaw jab of Mundell is finding its way home all the time,
Like
straight
I
down
say,
the
mate, he started as a pro boxer. He only had the one pro boxing fight that I could find, you know what I mean? And that, I think he either lost it or drew.
right.
Mundell. It was either a draw or a loss on his first fight, and then he went straight over to BKFC.
He looks like the sort of guy that says boxing's too soft for me.
Yeah, that's it. I need a bit more brutality. But you can see by his movement and his skill set that he's an accomplished boxer. You can tell he's a decent level boxer.
Yeah, very
You'd
much
put him
so.
in against anyone in boxing at the minute, and he'd stand his own.
He's got a very nice wide stance with his feet, which keeps him springy. There's a big hematoma on the side of
Donald Sanchez.
Sanchez's face. He looks a bit
That
worse
was
for
caused
wear.
in the first round as well, bro. That was a massive shot in the first round that caused that when he put him down.
He's got a cut across the nose and he's got a cut on the back of his head.
Yeah, he's got one on the
Meanwhile,
forehead as well. He had a little cut on the forehead that's been cleaned up a bit with a bit of Vaseline. Oh, lovely shot there from Donald Sanchez, though. Still in this fight, still peppering away in this fifth and final round. But if it goes a distance now, Mundell's got this in the bag and he'll keep his middleweight BKFC title. So Donald
Sanchez,
Sanchez now knows that he needs a knockout here.
yeah, I was just going to say, I'll have to go for it now.
And he will. He looks a game lad. He looks game as a badger.
Yeah,
He's going
for
to come
me,
out. He's going to try and put it on him.
he'll need like a 3, 4, 5 punch combination to stop this guy. And he'll need to be hitting quick and clean. Which doesn't suggest he's doing that right now off that southpaw jab of Mundell. He'll get the odd counter punch in Sanchez, but again, the good work has been done by Mundell.
It is. He definitely looks the more accomplished, mate, still. There's 30 seconds to go here of round number 5, the 5th and final round of this title fight for the BKFC middleweight strap. And it's definitely Mundell in all the ascendancy. Donald Sanchez still having a go, though. Still owning BKFC. One punch can change the narrative.
Oh, absolutely. He's cut around that left eye, blood streaming down the cheek.
Looks a mess. Looks a mess.
This is the excitement of BKFC, James. You more or less guaranteed either blood.
They're going for it now.
Eyes and knockouts. All hands there. Oh, beautiful exchange. Sanchez going hard in the clinch.
I've given that 4 rounds to 1 to Mundell after 5.
Yeah, pretty dominant, isn't it, James?
Could easily see it 5-0, but I gave Sanchez the second round. Just to be generous.
By both guys. Both guys give it their all in that last round. Great fight. Great fight.
Yeah, I really enjoyed. I've enjoyed the whole card, mate. We've been on 3 hours 20 minutes. I've really enjoyed it. 3 hours 15 minutes.
3:11.
You can't beat it, mate. And remember, we had to wait bloody 45 minutes for the second fight after the first one, so that's a lot of action we squeezed in.
There he is, cowboy hat, straight on.
There was 2 fights that never happened, though. We never got to see the Zay Garcia versus Dominic Carey fight, and we also didn't get to see the female fight of Jenny Savage versus Crystal Van Wyk.
Unfortunate.
Which was disappointing.
Other than that,
it's been a terrific fight. Terrific night of fights.
Well, we hope you've all enjoyed our coverage tonight. We'll wait for this result to give you who the winner is. Obviously, it's going to be Mundell, unless there's unless there's a terrible robbery here, but I can't see it.
This ain't boxing, mate. This is BKFC. They're not going to do no one dirty like that.
Yeah. We thank you all for joining us tonight. Please give us a like and subscribe if you're new to the channel. We appreciate everyone of your support. Now,
definitely. Make sure you join us tomorrow for a lot more watch-alongs.
That's just about
and then again Sunday morning.
With another great night of boxing tomorrow, Sunday morning as well. What more can you ask?
Can't ask for much more, matey. Can't ask for much more than that. And also, if you're new to the channel, make sure you check out the Prediction League, live every Wednesday at 6:15 p.m. in the UK. And we do the Prediction League 2 show at 8 p.m. on a Wednesday. Check that out. But also, we've got the Fighter Series, Chris Eubank coming up, hosted by Mr. Neutral. That's coming up at 10 p.m. on Tuesday, so check that out. If you can't watch it live, just jump on the channel, find the link, you'll find it. They're all there. Check out the shorts, show a little love, show a little support, and then give us that subscribe. We're here for your entertainment. We do this all day, every day. Thank you so much. There you go. Mundell retains his title. Rightly so. 59-55. 59-56.
That's exactly how you scored it.
There you go. Perfect. Well, that pretty much wraps up this 3 hours, 15 minutes of BKFC. It's been a terrific night, a terrific card. Very happy to have shared this occasion with you guys. From me and Mr. Neutral, salute. God bless. Good night, good morning, wherever you are in the world. We are proudly sponsored by Easy Storage, your place to go for all your storage needs across the United Kingdom. Check them out. They handle your stuff with care. Until tomorrow, God bless.